Syracuse City Hall turned out not to be a threat at all. Officials say the box spotted yesterday was actually a noise monitoring device related to the ongoing Interstate 81 construction project. It was strapped to a tree. Police blocked off the area around City Hall as a precaution. When the device was found strapped to the tree, all boxes that are similar in appearance will be removed today, and City Hall is going to reopen. That is the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Cold front's on the move, and with that cold front coming on in, we are going to have no rain. So this front passes, and it passes with very little fanfare. But Thursday morning is going to be a little chilly. It'll be frosty in many places. Sunshine today, 78. Tonight, 40, 30s North Country. Tomorrow, sun in the upper 60s. A little bit 30s tomorrow night, up to the upper 60s and sunny on Thursday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stitchick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right, currently we have partly cloudy skies, and we're currently, seems to be my word of the day, 48. Today is currently the deadline to avert a government shutdown. The Big Four congressional leaders met yesterday at the White House with the president. Not sure it went all that well. Ryan Schmelz from Fox News Radio on the line right now. Ryan, good morning.
Good morning.
It didn't seem like much was accomplished yesterday.
I think your assumption is fairly accurate based off of the fact that both sides still seem pretty far apart, and it doesn't seem like there is any type of deal that has been offered to either side. So it looks like there's going to be a vote on the government funding deal today, and if it doesn't pass, then we are on track for a shutdown at midnight.
I do enjoy this comes from both sides, the never before. Never before has a party held the other party hostage and not passed this spending bill, blah, blah, blah. And then the Democrats come out and say, never before has the opposing party not been involved in any way in the process. A lot of never befores that really aren't never before, in my opinion.
Never before has Ryan witnessed a government shutdown since he's been on Capitol Hill, and I will be seeing my first one happen if this is the case. So,
well, there's a real never before. I like it.
Yeah, so I mean, because I always get asked on these shows, like, oh, is this there's something about this, something about that. I'm like, well, they pulled it out every single time I've been here. Speaker Johnson certainly has found some creative ways to get out of these messes, but that doesn't look like it's the case this time. He was able to get the GOP bill out of the House. It's been sitting in the Senate. They had one vote on it already. It didn't work out. They're going to have another vote on it later today. And if they don't pass it, I mean, we're heading towards a shutdown. That's just the reality.
Yeah. I do believe, and I could be wrong, I do believe that both Johnson and Schumer are looking for some little glimmer of this will get me to at least a temporary fix.
Well, there is reporting from Axios suggesting that Schumer has quietly started asking around for a 7 to 10 day plan, or if Democrats would support a 7 to 10 day plan to at least give them time to negotiate, potential health care subsidies. But Schumer did deny that yesterday when he was asked, saying, he's pretty much asked point blank, would you support a 7 to 10 day CR? He's like, well, no, I wouldn't. Yeah. So it seems like, at least as of right now, everybody's dug in for the next 24 to 48 hours.
So I'm king of the last minute, so it's maybe not fair for me to criticize, but, man, they love to wait until the 11th hour, don't they?
God.
Holy Toledo.
Yeah.
The other thing is, one of Trump's favorite quotes of all time, you could probably look this up, it might be the one he's used more than anything else, is people tell me they've never seen anything like this before. So, Ryan, if you get a chance to speak with the president, can you literally tell him, Mr. President, since I've been on Capitol Hill, I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah. It's a first.
Yeah.
Just so it'll be accurate when he uses it in the press conference.
Yeah, exactly.
People are telling me they've never seen anything like this before.
The greatest ever.
Mr. President, yeah.
But the fact though is that I think that they both know, both sides realize you're really flipping a coin, and there's a very good chance that that both sides end up being blamed for this. And I still feel with next year's midterms, they all want to avoid this if they can. However, I think Schumer's getting a great deal of pressure from especially the progressive side of the party, especially after what he did in the spring, where he kind of caved in the spring. So there's a lot going on here, and believe me, I really feel that both sides want some way out in order to avoid this, and they need to be able to save face in some way.
Yeah, I mean, Schumer got a lot of flack for voting to avoid the shutdown last time. He doesn't seem like he's as keen on doing it again this time. So we'll see ultimately what the rest of his party does, though.
I also feel that if there is a shutdown, and Ryan's gone. 30, Davey, I think we had till 35. We went a little longer. Boom. They just cut him right off. I also feel that where was I going? I was going to say, I also feel that the threat that's coming from the president and the vice president that they will begin firing government workers. I don't think that's going to be what will happen. But there will be temporary work stoppages. Or they won't be getting paid. But I don't think you're going to see, it would look really bad for Republicans if they started, axing positions throughout the government. So all of this, because whatever you want to, if you're on Johnson's side, you want to be able to point fingers and say everything that is happening because of Schumer and the Democrats.
There's got to be a better way.
You think?
I think
this
so.
has become the norm, hasn't it?
It has.
It
and
really
I'm not
has.
blaming Republicans. This is a Democrat and Republican thing.
Yeah.
This has become, there's got to be a better way.
It's almost the way we do, the way we now do business. So you would think we'd be, and you know what? It's kicked the can, and it continues to happen over and over and over again. And we go right back into this very tense moment where we're sitting at the edge of our seats. It's kind of like a soap opera. You have that cliffhanger right at the end, and I guess in soap operas, somebody's going to die, but they could return. They could return after they die.
Is that right?
I think that you've seen it. It's like that was my twin brother who actually was killed. I'm back. I was being held hostage in Guatemala. Okay, did you see any of the game last night? Wow. Did the Jets just play? I mean, here's how I look at that game last night. The Dolphins won by a touchdown. The Jets played horribly. Penalty after penalty. It was just a fumble, turnovers. That would mean the Dolphins are pretty bad.
Yeah.
Both of these teams pretty bad.
I thought the Jets were going to be better this year. I did not expect a 4 star.
I think they just kept shooting themselves in the foot over and over and over again last night.
Well, this isn't the first game they've done that.
It is true, and to actually have a chance to be within a touchdown is pretty shocking.
Did you see how the uniforms were for the Dolphins?
I hated them.
Oh, they look sick.
They're like dark. Is that blue or black?
It was
I
black.
don't know,
Black.
but
I hated them.
They look terrible.
Yeah, I didn't like them.
I hope they don't play the rest of the season on the road.
I think
like
those
that.
were a special.
Well, they were at home.
I mean, on the road.
Well, I think those were.
They were at home.
They were at
Right.
home?
Yeah, I was in Miami.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
didn't watch any of it.
Well, those were a special. This is the new thing, right? In the last 10 years, we
The
wear
alternate
these,
jersey, yeah.
They all then and
The
why
8th alternate.
Why do we have these alternating jerseys? Is it for looks? No, it's so they can add those alternate jerseys to the gift shop.
Absolutely.
And online. So
Absolutely.
Sell 'em and
Merchandising.
make a lot of money. It's like, wow, since we've been doing these we've done 10 alternate jerseys this year, and our profits have increased by tenfold.
But it looks terrible. Well, someone will buy it.
That's right. Yeah, I did. I agree. I did hate 10 fumbles in the Jets game. According
there?
to Wayne. That's what Wayne's saying.
I didn't. I was actually helping Angelo out last night.
It was bad. It was really, really bad.
We got some news coming on Angelo. Some good news.
Okay.
Some cool news.
Right.
In a couple weeks.
Let's. Will you debut it?
Not right now, but I will announce it when it happens.
Okay. Oh, so it's not.
I can't do it right yet.
What if we take a commercial break and you do it after the commercial break?
No, okay. I can't do it. I can bring up something else, and this is going to be pointing fingers at Republicans, and I'd love to hear from some of our staunch Republicans here this morning.
I also want to bring up the story that's
You're not going to let me make that point, I guess.
Go ahead. I am, and we're going to take a break.
Oh, okay.
We're doing the tease.
I said
here.
Republicans.
We're doing the tease here.
Okay.
And then on the other side, I want to talk about this Halloween debacle that occurred, and I'll read for you the accounting by the woman who claims she was, and she's showing a picture. She was, and I think they've admitted she was injured when they threw. No. Just imagine glitter. I don't even know what glitter is made of, but it's you ever take glitter and rub it between your fingers? It's almost kind of sharp a little bit. Imagine that being in your eye. Somebody, she says, threw glitter right into her face. And it went in her eyes. She had to actually get medical treatment the next day, and they had to wash her eyes out. We'll get into that. And this is on Campion Road in New Hartford. A very scary haunted house, they say. We'll get into it coming right up at WIBX.
Hi, I'm Phil DiGiorgio. Planning for the future isn't always easy, but protecting what you've worked so hard for is important. The DiGiorgio Law Firm invites you to a free estate planning and asset protection workshop to be held on Thursday, October 9th, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at the DiGiorgio Law Firm offices at 250 Genesee Street, Utica, New York. Seats are limited, so call 315-732-3155 to reserve your spot. At this free workshop, you'll learn how to use trusts to preserve your home and assets from the high costs of long-term care, how to safeguard inheritances for loved ones receiving public benefits, and discover techniques to help you access Medicaid benefits for home care or nursing home costs without spending your assets down to zero. Take control of your legacy. You can't take it with you, but you can decide where it goes. Call the DiGiorgio Law Firm today at 315-732-3155 to RSVP for the workshop or to schedule your own consultation. Again, that's 315-732-3155. The DiGiorgio Law Firm. Start protecting your hard-earned assets now.
Whatever you need to haul, landscaping tools, heavy construction gear, or even livestock, Clinton Tractor has the trailer for the job. Choose steel, aluminum, or galvanized frames from 500 pounds to 55 tons with trusted names like B-Wise, Eager Beaver, and EB. For trailers, parts, and service you can count on, visit the Caledona family at Clinton Tractor.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
ClintonTractor.net.
You know what they say about judging a book by its cover? Everyone with an addiction has a story to tell. Don't know? Don't judge. Addiction is a treatable medical condition. What helps people seek treatment is support. What does not help is shame and stigma. We can all make a difference. Learn how at oasis.ny.gov. The New York State Office of Addiction Services and Supports. Every step of the way.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/today. Ethos.com/today.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, Manaski, we'll let you run in here first. You have an announcement on Angelo that you can't announce. And then, but he does have some good news. I do think it's good news. I know what it is also, but I don't think he's announced it publicly. We'll let. I think the last I left with him is you can announce it publicly here on the radio.
Yes.
And he's ready to do that. All right, and then you have what?
Okay, so it just blows my mind. It's frustrating because I was for this, but it seems like it was done ham-handedly, and it deals with Doge. Hundreds of General Services Administration employees fired by the Department of Government Efficiency are being asked to return to work in the latest reversal of Elon Musk's cuts to the federal workforce, according to a new report. This is from Forbes, by the way. The rehired employees at GSA, which manage federal buildings and property leases, were given until the end of the week to accept or decline reinstatement or must return to work by October 6th. Hundreds of federal leases for multiple government agencies canceled by Musk's cost-cutting agency have also been rolled back. GSA is the latest agency to bring back employees that Doge sought to cut following rehirings at the IRS, the Labor Department, and the National Park Service. $140 million, that's how much Doge estimates the federal leases it canceled will save, down from an estimated initial $460 million. That's according to the AP.
This is the thing, though, of all the stuff that was going on, all the upheaval that was happening, you're looking at $140 million in savings. And our deficit is what? We were going after peanuts. When if you really wanted to make a difference in the budget, you had to go much bigger than that, and or in the deficit. So, but now that's because I think they were just going in willy-nilly, getting rid of people, and now we're realizing, oops, we should have gotten rid of those people because they are essential.
I don't have anything to back this up. It just seems to me, the way my mind works, to make sense of it all. If he thought, let's say 30% of the workforce is excessive. So he just went in and started chopping 30% of departments, whatever the number was.
Yeah.
Whether or not it was actually excessive or not. So I don't know. I applaud the effort, but you have to do better than that. If you fired these people and now you're bringing them back, and I would imagine there's going to be some element of back pay, so they haven't worked for 6 months.
Or
paying them now.
Look at what we're hiring ICE agents for. They get a $50,000 bonus.
I couldn't believe that one. I thought it was a typo when I saw it.
Maybe that's a side job. ICE. Side
for
gig.
Me, you're saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Little
Well,
side
I wouldn't
gig.
be here every morning. I'll be traveling, I'm sure.
Well, I'm just saying we might have the inside scoop on everything that's going on.
I'd be happy to give that to you.
I'm up to my 15th Chinese restaurant. I've only been here for a week. Glitter is typically made from, this is Donna, typically made from thin reflective sheets of plastic. I don't even know how to say these. Polyethylene and terephthalate, and then cut into small, shiny pieces, many times coated with aluminum foil. So imagine that in your eyes.
Yeah, it sounds damaging.
Not good. Okay, here we go.
So that was the extent of the injury, though. It was flushed out, and the victim, the individual is okay.
Okay,
you think
so
they're
here,
okay?
Yes, I believe so. But she's got a picture of herself here, and it shows her eyes. I'm posting this as a PSA. This is a woman by the name of Allison. Do not go to Crooked World Haunted House. I find it's interesting you're calling it the Crooked World. The word crooked has such a connotation to it, doesn't it?
Well, again, it's supposed to be haunted, scary.
Yeah.
It's
not only haunted and scary, but we're going to screw you out of your money.
It's not the family-friendly fun house or something like that.
That is true. That is true. And I think it's a Christmas theme. So it starts out really kind of nicey nice, and then all of a sudden it goes to this. I had to call the emergency line at my eye doctor's office and was instructed on what to do. I had an emergency visit to flush my eyes out and have them physically cleaned out with a Q-tip. I've been in extreme discomfort and pain as some of the debris was caught inside my upper eyelid.
Ouch.
The trauma from the experience will not leave me anytime soon. This place should be shut down. They violated so many things. The devil is very real, people, and he came in the form of workers getting joy out of my pain. Are we going down the devil road here?
Well, I think that going down the devil road is actually a promotion for a haunted house.
Davey,
number one. Number two, I don't think the employees were trying to hurt her, right?
Well,
you just can't throw glitter in someone's face like that.
There was a lot of F you, I hope it hurt, is what the one person said.
Are you serious?
But I think they're playing this role where they're supposed to be like going, see if you can get this woman on. They're playing this role where they're supposed to be harassing you. But she said there's a safe zone there where if you ask to have the, quote, touching part of the experience, they'll push you and they'll pull you and all of those things. But she said, we said explicitly we did not want that. And there's even a safe word, she said, I yelled. I mean, this sounds like it's a pretty extreme haunted house.
Yeah, I don't
You
do
need
this.
a safe word.
I don't do this. Do you
Wow.
do you do haunted houses, Tanya?
Good morning, Tanya Powers.
Absolutely no. I
Yeah.
would no. I can't. Sorry.
I think we ought to have
the same way.
we ought to have a safe word here in the studio. Like when things start to get out of hand, Manasseh could be like, bubble gum. And I'll be like, oh, wait a minute. Am I going too far here? Am I about to get myself
There you
fired?
go.
Right?
There you go.
Maybe something we think about. Maybe bubble gum isn't the right safe word. Social Security's check.
Corporate.
Another firing. Social Security stopped sending checks. Oh no! What is going on here? There's a somewhat of a silver lining to this story.
Yeah, there is a word missing. There, paper checks.
Yes.
They're stopping to send paper checks. The actual Social Security benefits will still be sent out. The way that this is being done is now they're doing things digitally. They're doing the electronic deposits, and most people already have their Social Security benefits deposited, electronically into their bank account. There's about less than a percentage of people still got paper checks or money orders, but that's about 500,000 people. Still a lot of folks, but there was an announcement that went out a while back that said, hey, make sure you change this over to, give them the digital information so they can send it to the right account so there's not a delay in benefits and things like that. So today is the first day of the new paperless system. If you have not gone onto, and it's usually it's just a good idea from time to time to check your Social Security account. You can go on to, I believe it's ssa.gov. and look at your account. You can see what your benefits amount to. You can keep an eye on that. Even if you're not receiving Social Security, if you just kind of want to see, okay, what's going on with my account?
Can you go in and see?
It's not a bad idea to take a look at that.
Can you go in and see how much you paid into it?
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Really?
Yeah.
I believe you can.
Well, we work in radio, so when we go in, there's an icon laughing at us.
Yes, or just shaking its head like, man, your life choices.
Yeah, that's wah, wah, wah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but the other thing I want to also kind of draw some attention to is the SSI payments, supplemental security, I believe income is what that stands for. And anyway, these are, if you're getting Social Security as well as SSI payments, you're going to get more than the normal amount in October. Just a heads up. The SSI recipients are going to get 2 checks in October. The October one is scheduled to go out on October the 1st, according to the normal calendar.
Okay.
The November payment is going to come out on October 31st. So if you end up with 2 direct deposits in October and you're thinking, hey, I can't wait till November comes, I've got extra money. Nope, that's November's.
Okay.
Plan accordingly.
Yeah.
There's also another check that could be coming if you've been receiving retirement benefits since before of May of '97. There's also for people who've received the Social Security benefits before then.
Okay.
You can also expect that payment on the 3rd day of the month. So that's another kind of that affects a number of people, not everybody obviously, but there are a little bit of changes to the the SSI payments there in October just because of when the calendar falls.
Okay, going to be when they actually required everybody to have the real ID or the new driver's license, everybody went panicking and started rushing the DMV to try to get them. When you really only needed to have it done if you were planning to travel outside the country or really planning to travel anywhere on an airplane. You had to have it, but people panicked. I wonder what will happen here when the check doesn't arrive in the mail, and and there will be those who don't deal electronically, and they're just going to They're going to need to. So, all right, interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff, Tanya, as always. We appreciate it.
Sure. Thank you.
Have a great day. Tanya J. Powers from Fox News. Mike says on the woman with the glitter at the haunted house, she had to use the word devil because fascist has already been taken. Oh, boy. Okay, so the name of the haunted house is the Crooked World Haunted House. Let's see. I had it up here, and now it has disappeared. Let's try it again. Go to Facebook. That's where they announced their message. Facebook.
What do you mean their message?
They have apologized. Normally that never happens. You wouldn't. So what did we say? Crooked World? Crooked World. There's a full apology there, and it says, we made a mistake. And here it is. Crooked World Haunted Attraction. We want to apologize. We have made a mistake. And maybe they're thinking this is just really good publicity.
Oh, they have it up there like a toxic caution sign PSA.
We take full responsibility for an incident that occurred at our haunted house last night. We deeply regret this mistake and are sincerely sorry for the discomfort experienced. We will make it right. And they go on to explain, we want to take a moment to speak about something that happened to a guest. It's a long message here. At Crooked World, our mission has always been to deliver safe, thrilling, and unforgettable scares, never to cause harm. And apparently they did. What we're doing moving forward, strict no contact policy going forward. So you will not be able to use their touch pass. They have a touch pass. I'd like the touch pass, please. And they'll touch you, but they're not going to do that now. Because I think you're getting like kid actors in there who aren't really actors.
Yeah.
And they're really enjoying this. They say they have an on-site EMT when that person arrived and carefully explained that he needed to flush her eyes for safety and walked her through each step before doing anything. His focus was keeping her calm, safe, and cared for while addressing the issue. So Davey is working on getting her and the haunted house, the Crooked World Haunted Attraction, on the radio to talk with them. We'll see if we can do that next hour. So get ready for that. Excitement. A little excitement. A little haunted excitement on the final day of September.
BME Company Business Machines and Equipment has been delivering office solutions for businesses in upstate New York for over 30 years. Their success comes from finding the right document management strategies and software solutions for streamlining workflows. Simply put, BME provides fast, reliable service at the best value to keep your business running smoothly. Through BME's strategic partnership with Hummel's Office Plus, they distribute supplies for just about every machine in your office at a great price. BME welcomes the opportunity to serve your business, selling, leasing, and service in Canon and Kyocera devices, as well as FP mailing solutions. An important part of BME's culture is supporting the communities they're fortunate to work in, and BME recognizes that support is one reason for their success. The future of business in BME's area is encouraging, and the company is grateful to be a part of that growth. Call BME Company at 315-574-8200.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
They have 17 hours left. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, to approve new funding in Congress to keep the government operating.
We're headed to a shutdown because the Democrats won't do the right thing. I hope they change their mind.
Vice President Vance, after a meeting at the White House with congressional leaders in both parties that did not lead to what Republicans demand, the 7-week funding extension the House already passed.
We are not going to support a partisan Republican spending bill that continues to gut the health care of everyday Americans. Period. Full stop.
House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries demands provisions to extend health care subsidies set to expire at the end of the year. Before that meeting, President Trump tried to broker a peace deal for Gaza.
Ending the war immediately, getting all of our hostages back.
It's a 20-point plan that would also put in place a temporary Gaza government, not run by Hamas or the Palestinian Authority. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu supports it, but if Hamas rejects the plan, he says they'll finish the job in Gaza militarily.
This can be done the easy way, or it can be done the hard way. but it will be done.
This morning, President Trump will act as commander-in-chief at a big military meeting with his war secretary.
Secretary Pete Hegseth ordered nearly all of the 1, 2, 3, and 4-star generals and admirals serving around the world to appear in person for the mandatory meeting. The Military Times reports the secretary's address will discuss a new Pentagon document that will shift the department's priorities to a focus on the homeland and Western Hemisphere.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon. 2 days after a man attacked a church in Michigan, driving through the entrance, shooting worshipers, and setting the building on fire. Fox's Brooke Taylor reports from Grand Blanc.
Officials are now saying that all of those victims have thankfully been accounted for. 4 people killed and at least 8 more injured, including 2 who are in critical condition right now.
Now, that gunman was shot and killed by police. America's listening to Fox News.
Living with everyday pain is like having a voice that always says, no, you can't do that. No, you better sit this one out. It's no way to live. So if pain is affecting you, see how Relief Factor can help get you back to life on your terms. One where you say yes a lot more. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor's unique formula of natural ingredients does not just mask pain, it helps reduce or eliminate it for good. Whether it's your back, neck, joints, or muscles, Relief Factor can help you, as it has for so many others. So call 1-800-4-RELIEF and give Relief Factor's 3-week quick start a try. It's only $19.95, less than $1 a day to get your life back. Just go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. And see how you can say yes to more of everything you want.
If there is a government shutdown starting tomorrow, some services will still be available considered essential, including Medicare and Medicaid and Social Security payments. But a change is coming for those. Checks will no longer be in the mail.
Beginning today, the Social Security Administration is going paperless, which means federal benefit payments will be issued electronically. The change was announced in an executive order issued by President Trump in March. The White House says paper checks create, quote, unnecessary costs, delays, and the risk of fraud. Most Social Security beneficiaries already receive digital payments, but about 500,000 people had still been getting paper checks. Those requesting an exemption to the digital payments must file a waiver with the U.S. Treasury Department. Earlier this year, the Trump administration cut thousands of Social Security Administration positions and closed some physical offices. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are falling the day after gains for the Dow and the NASDAQ. On Monday Night Football, a doubleheader.
A matchup between winless teams went Miami's way, but the Dolphins' first victory of the season came at a cost. Wide receiver Tyreek Hill was carted off the field in the third quarter of a 27-21 win over the Jets, with head coach Mike McDaniel saying the 8-time Pro Bowler was diagnosed with a dislocated left knee. It was a gruesome injury, with Hill's leg bent at an ugly angle after making a catch near the sideline. In the second game of the night, the Broncos dominated the Bengals 28-3 to get to 2-2 on the season. Denver's defense smothered Cincinnati all game long, with the Bengals gaining just 159 yards and 9 first downs. Joe Morgan, Fox News.
Today, a baseball quadruple header to start the playoffs. Detroit versus Cleveland is the first game, followed by San Diego against the Chicago Cubs, and then a battle of two rivals, the Boston Red Sox and New York Yankees. The late games in Los Angeles, the Dodgers take on the Cincinnati Reds. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's the latest from the WIBX newsroom. I'm Doug Callan. A fox in West Berlin has tested positive for rabies. The positive rabies test was received Monday, according to the United County Health Department. The 2 people exposed to the animal have now received treatment. A New Hartford haunted house is assuring community members that their Halloween-themed attraction is safe, and they've learned from their mistakes after a ticket holder says she was injured while attending. The Crooked World Haunted House in New Hartford is assuring the public that their attraction on Campion Road in the Village is a safe one and thrilling one to attend. A local resident visited the attraction this week and said she and her family entered the attraction with the understanding that they would not be touched by staff, which is part of an optional scare tactic during the show. She said staff members ignored that request. She also claims she had to seek medical attention after glitter was thrown into her eyes. Organizers say they've corrected the problems and staff members have been retrained. Hamilton College featured guest speaker Lin-Manuel Miranda, the original star and creator of the Tony Award-winning musical Hamilton, as part of the college's Next Great Name speaker. Miranda spoke to students and members of the public Monday night at the Margaret Bundy Scott Fieldhouse in Clinton. Miranda said he's worried about free speech in the U.S. after the incident in which television stations were pressured by the federal government to cancel Jimmy Kimmel of ABC's Late Show. The Kimmel Show was later returned. The Fieldhouse was nearly full for last night's event. What was believed to be a suspicious device near Syracuse City Hall turned out not to be a threat at all. Officials say the box spotted yesterday was actually a noise monitoring device related to the ongoing Interstate 81 construction project. It was strapped to a tree. Police blocked off the area around City Hall as a precaution. When the device was found strapped to the tree, all boxes that are similar in appearance will be removed today, and City Hall is going to reopen. It was a lithium-ion battery being pinpointed as the likely cause of a fire in the Onondaga area of DeWitt. The blaze happened Sunday morning at Metallico on Thompson Road and took hours to contain due to the large amount of material that was burning. People living in the area reported smelling burning rubber and seeing smoke from several miles away. Metallico hasn't said when it will start accepting scrap metal from the public again. A Madison County Army veteran and a longtime firefighter has passed away after contracting EEE, Eastern Equine Encephalitis. George Baker Jr. of Chittenango served the country and was the chaplain of the Chittenango Fire Department, where he was a member for 5 decades. Baker's Jr.'s case was revealed last week, and he'd been hospitalized before dying at the age of 79. His daughter says he spent a lot of time outdoors and could have contracted the mosquito-borne disease at any time. And an upstate New York grocery chain is unveiling some new Buffalo Bills-themed products that'll be available at its stores. An exclusive Wegmans flavor named Bring the Storm features blue, cake-flavored ice cream that is mixed with vanilla cake pieces and is topped off with white sprinkles. The supermarket chain is also selling a limited edition Buffalo Bills Rivalries long-sleeve shirt, and fans are urged to wear them Sunday for Buffalo's showdown with the New England Patriots. The ice cream and shirts can be purchased while supplies last. In sports, after suffering a blowout loss at home, Syracuse University football coach Fran Brown says the team is already looking ahead to this weekend's game with SMU. The Orange were dominated by the Duke Blue Devils Saturday and were defeated by a final score of 38-3. Brown says he was impressed that quarterback Ricky Collins immediately reached out to him after the contest to go over the game film and receive hands-on mentoring. Syracuse visits SMU Saturday. Kickoff is at 3:30 p.m. Monday Night Football, the Dolphins beat the Jets 27-21 and the Bengals pummeled the Broncos 28-3. The Giants shared upsetting news on Monday. Owner John Mara revealed in a statement he has cancer. Mara said he will remain active with the team throughout treatment. In other news, the Giants placed wide receiver Malik Neighbors on injured reserve with a torn ACL. He'll miss the remainder of the season. The Yankees begin the playoffs tonight. New York is hosting the Boston Red Sox for Game 1 of the American League Wild Card at Yankee Stadium. It's the 6th time the Pinstripes are facing the Red Sox in the postseason. The Yankees have dropped each of their last 3 October matchups against Boston. That is the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Cold front's on the move, and with that cold front coming on in, we are going to have no rain. So this front passes, and it passes with very little fanfare. But Thursday morning is going to be a little chilly. It'll be frosty in many places. Sunshine today, 78. Tonight, 40, 30s North Country. Tomorrow, sun in the upper 60s. A little bit 30s tomorrow night, up to the upper 60s and sunny on Thursday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stitchick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right, currently we have mostly clear skies, 48 degrees, a chilly start to the day. Coming up, Hobica's free money question of the day, and Davey for this Tuesday. It is worth how much money coming up?
$200.
$200 on the line. We'll do it at 7:35 from Hobica and WIBX.
Mattress Express's free adjustable base promotion is on. Come on, pick out any king or queen set in the store except Tempur-Pedic and get upgraded to an adjustable base at no extra charge. You heard me right. And we have no credit check payment plans.
Hi, I'm Phil DiGiorgio. Planning for the future isn't always easy, but protecting what you've worked so hard for is important. The DiGiorgio Law Firm invites you to a free estate planning and asset protection workshop to be held on Thursday, October 9th, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at the DiGiorgio Law Firm offices at 250 Genesee Street, Utica, New York. Seats are limited, so call 315-732-3155 to reserve your spot. At this free workshop, you'll learn how to use trusts to preserve your home and assets from the high costs of long-term care, how to safeguard inheritances for loved ones receiving public benefits, and discover techniques to help you access Medicaid benefits for home care or nursing home costs without spending your assets down to zero. Take control of your legacy. You can't take it with you, but you can decide where it goes. Call the DiGiorgio Law Firm today at 315-732-3155 to RSVP for the workshop or to schedule your own consultation. Again, that's 315-732-3155. The DiGiorgio Law Firm. Start protecting your hard-earned assets now.
Whatever you need to haul, landscaping tools, heavy construction gear, or even livestock, Clinton Tractor has the trailer for the job. Choose steel, aluminum, or galvanized frames from 500 pounds to 55 tons with trusted names like B-Wise, Eager Beaver, and EB. For trailers, parts, and service you can count on, visit the Caledona family at Clinton Tractor.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
ClintonTractor.net.
You know what they say about judging a book by its cover? Everyone with an addiction has a story to tell. Don't know? Don't judge. Addiction is a treatable medical condition. What helps people seek treatment is support. What does not help is shame and stigma. We can all make a difference. Learn how at oasis.ny.gov. The New York State Office of Addiction Services and Supports. Every step of the way.
Before there was social media, streaming, and even color television, there was radio. Remember the golden days when you had to tune in to hear what happened to Hopalong Cassidy, or perhaps the Green Hornet? What if you could relive those days again? Hi, I'm Greg Bell, the host of When Radio Was, a show that's dedicated to the very best of radio's golden age. From classic performances by Jack Benny to tales of terror on Lights Out. It's all here on When Radio Was, starting every Sunday at 11 p.m., only on WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Which classic broadcast will you hear next?
Celebrating 100 years.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Good morning, and Dr. Kent Hall is on right now. We still are, the Tylenol story still looms as Manaski is finding some stuff here. Dr. Kent Hall, Doc, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
I don't know why I keep repeating everything that I say.
That you say?
Like the last word. Word is just repeated. I don't get it.
Repeated.
Yet. Or there's that kid on the, what was that TV show that he would always look down and whisper? Whisper.
I don't know.
I thought that was funny. He had it like a condition. Good morning, Doc. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday.
Well, is it really? I don't know. We have a government shutdown looming. You have, well, look at the weather. I mean, that's pretty nice to look at. But if you're Debbie Downer, you're saying, yes, but my grass has died. Wah, wah, wah. No water. Doc, good morning. I'm going to throw it to Manaski, who's back on the Tylenol topic here.
Well, yes, I just wanted to follow up. Obviously, we talked about this with you last week, a very big story with Health and Human Services Director RFK coming out and talking about a link between acetaminophen, Tylenol, and increased risk of autism, and it's the exposure, the prenatal exposure of, I guess, a fetus to this drug. Have we learned anything new? I also want to ask you about something I found from a press release that came out of Mount Sinai earlier this summer. But have we learned anything new in the past week?
So really not. I mean, after the announcement last week, there's been, a lot of back and forth, really, for lack of a better term, just regurgitating the information that has been out there. With a little more, there's been, I guess what I would say is maybe there's been a little more focus on the quality of some of the data that has been put out. So instead of just saying, this study showed this, so it's true. It's like, well, this study showed this, but there are questions one way or the other about how strong that study actually was. But there is so much heat that has been generated by this that there continues to be very little light.
I also would say this is very anecdotal, which unfortunately some of this stuff is, and then we'll get into this study, is that my wife had said this, although I do think that she said there was something she wasn't supposed to take when she was pregnant, but can't remember what it was. Could have been Tylenol. Could have been,
Advil. Could have been
whiskey. Try to lay off the whiskey while you're pregnant, if you don't mind. But what she had said is, think of the number of women who have taken Tylenol while pregnant who do not have autistic children. I mean, that number is enormous. I mean, during pregnancy, headaches are prevalent. Think about it.
Yeah.
You're going to take you're going to take something to kill the pain. Think of the number of people who have taken it and it has had no ill effects.
Yeah. So one of the issues here is the way that this is being interpreted by some people is that, oh my God, you take Tylenol, your kid's going to be autistic. It's like a 1-to-1.
Right.
It's 100%. And the reality is that rarely in medicine are things 100%.
I mean, smoking. Look at smoking. How many smokers don't get cancer? A lot of them do. How many don't?
That's what I like to focus on, Jeff.
I'm just saying, Bill. I mean,
I know you're right. You're absolutely correct. Sorry, Doc. We're arguing here back and forth.
There is, for smoking, there is an increased risk of different cancers, as well as heart disease and stroke and things like that. And the mechanism for that is very well understood. But there are some people, based on genetics or based on lifestyle or whatever, that have where that can be mitigated. Please don't think that I'm saying it's okay for people to smoke.
Right.
I'm not saying that.
And neither am I.
But yes, and so the whole thing with the Tylenol and exposure to acetaminophen, we should really be calling it acetaminophen as opposed to Tylenol.
Right.
Tylenol is a brand name, and acetaminophen is actually the generic name and the active ingredient. But the association between acetaminophen and neurodevelopmental disorders, including autism spectrum disorder, is undetermined at this time. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm not saying it does exist. I'm saying that there are studies on both sides that seem to show an association on both sides. And I think, Jeff, I know the study that you're going to that you want to talk about, which I think is definitely worth talking about. And it does seem to show that there is an association between taking acetaminophen during pregnancy and neurodevelopmental disorders. That study has been well put out into the literature. It's been looked at. It's been and I can certainly go into some of the pros and cons of that study. But there are probably two big studies. One which seems to show a an association, and then there was another one in Sweden in 2024 that had the exact opposite finding. And they're both well designed studies, but they both also have weaknesses. So
and also their if I could, their conclusion is not that Tylenol causes autism. Their conclusion is that based on, and I think they're saying there were 100,000 participants across multiple countries, underscores, they say, the need for caution and further study. So it wasn't conclusive, but it is saying it's worth looking into.
Right. And I absolutely would agree with that conclusion. It is worth looking into. And as we talked about last week, the chances of a randomized control trial, an RCT, which is the benchmark, the gold standard for defining whether something actually causes something. Okay, is the chances of that type of study being done in regards to acetaminophen and neurodevelopmental disorders, my opinion, is essentially zero. Now, I talked about the money part of it last week, but there's more to it than that. There's the ethical component too. Are you going to, say to a woman who wants to take it because she has, some kind of a fever and they need to break her fever, that no, we're going to give you acetaminophen or a placebo. Which means that basically we're not going to treat your fever, which could have detrimental effects. So there are a whole bunch of ethical questions to it too. But anyway, Jeff, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, here's where this is what the paper says. It explores biological mechanisms that could explain the association between acetaminophen and these disorders. While the study does not show that Tylenol directly causes neurodevelopmental disorders, the research team's findings strengthen the evidence for a connection and raise concerns about current clinical practices. The researchers call for caution. Pregnant women should not stop taking medication without consulting their doctors. Untreated pain or fever can also harm the baby, it says.
Which is what Dr. Hall just referenced right there.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a lot here, but at the end of the day, I guess the concern would be that when everything is leaning towards there's nothing conclusive, but we should dig into this further. It's not common for the government to come out and say it's conclusive because it isn't yet. And that's really what RFK Jr. and the CDC did.
Right, and that is the crux of my frustration and sadness with this. Is that you have people in positions of power who are making declarative statements in a way that people who are just listening to them are saying, oh my God, we can't do this. It's been shown, and that is just emphatically not true.
And I also wonder if there is, and this part has not come out in these studies. I mean, is it possible that the over consumption of these medicines could be what causes the problem? I mean, you're supposed to take only so many in an hour, and maybe the person has a migraine and they can't get rid of it, so they end up taking a more excessive amount. I mean, that could also play a role in this, but none of that needs to be out there. Based on this, if I'm pregnant or if I'm the father of a upcoming child, I think we would have a discussion about maybe it's a good idea to at least limit the amount of use and maybe not take it if you don't have to. That makes any sense.
I would agree with that. What I would say is that pregnant women should always be very thoughtful about what they're putting into their bodies, because pregnancy itself actually is causes significant changes to a woman's physiology and makes them more prone to certain conditions. It impacts their immune system, et cetera. And obviously, the developing fetus also can be impacted by it, which is why I am very comfortable standing on the precipice of, before taking anything, that is in a medicinal type of venue. They should be having a conversation with whoever whatever healthcare provider is following them during their pregnancy, whether it's a physician or a nurse practitioner or physician's assistant or midwife or whoever it is, because that provider not only knows more about the impact of whatever it is that they're talking about, whether it's acetaminophen or whatever, but they also know that person's medical history and have had enough conversations with them that they can say, based on your physiology, your medical history, and based on the data that we have about this particular medication, whatever it is, it is probably more safe or probably less safe for you to be taking it. And then it becomes what we call a risk-benefit analysis. You don't have a clear answer, so you say, okay, these are the risks, these are the benefits. What do we think? And some people are going to say, I don't want to take it. Okay. Are there alternatives? And if so, what are the risks and benefits to those? And other people are going to say, I'm going to take it and we will monitor it. Now, regarding taking too much Tylenol, the impact of taking an overdose or taking too much Tylenol is really pretty dramatic, and it really, taking an overdose of Tylenol will kill somebody's liver.
Yeah.
And we know that to be true.
Yeah.
So.
Lance and Lee, Bill, you were roughly my age. How many autistic kids do you remember in the 70s and 80s? I remember a couple, but not anything like today. And I feel like one of the issues with this is how we diagnose. And we didn't diagnose the same way as we do today. Same thing with ADHD. I knew a doctor once that everybody that walked into the room was ADHD, including me. I had my two kids there, and he's like, okay, I've come to the conclusion your kids are ADHD, and you should be on the medicine too. I'm like, okay, screw you, we're leaving.
Shiny things. I mean, we've said it, right?
Yeah. So, but what do you say to Lance, who says, I don't remember this many when I was a kid?
Well, he's right. I mean, if you look at the rate, I'm sorry, Dr. Hall.
No. He is absolutely correct, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that we are more attuned to it, and that not only healthcare providers, physicians and primary care providers, are attuned to it, but there are others who are attuned to it too. Parents are attuned to it. Teachers are attuned to it, and so people that work in daycare and in summer camps are also attuned to it, and so it is that we are looking for it more because we have a better understanding of it. Number one. Number two is that we have better testing for it. I mean, the testing can be pretty intensive because whenever you're doing neurodevelopmental testing, there's always that can be like a day long or more process. But there's more specific testing, and the definition of the condition has evolved over the last, certainly over the last 40 or 50 years, but even over the last 10 or 15 years. So, there are a lot of reasons why it is that there are more kids who are being identified with it. That doesn't necessarily mean that the incidence of the disease is higher. It means that the incidence of finding it is higher. Yeah.
Well, you look at Elon Musk. I mean, 50 years ago, would his school have said he's autistic? Today, we look at it differently, and apparently Elon Musk is autistic. Pretty smart for being classified.
Yeah, incredible.
And that was the other thing that when RFK Jr. came out, he said, people who are autistic will never be able to hold a job. They're never going to be able to succeed in life. That just was absolutely incorrect.
Yes.
And Musk is certainly is a great example of that. But I don't think we're listen, there's a lot of stuff that could be the cause, but don't we want to be sure before we start telling people not to take something, or in this case, potentially destroying. Tylenol has been through a lot. Remember, they had the scare in the 80s. I didn't think they were going to survive the 80s.
With the fake pills in the box? Yeah. Or in the
killing
bottle?
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And here they go again. Their stock is way down. Not that money should be the driving factor, but do we is it conclusive? So far,
the White
it
House
seems
didn't
like
say
it
it was
isn't.
conclusive. It says May. I have the press release right here.
Okay.
But
to come from the CDC, and the president then followed by saying, if you're pregnant, stop taking Tylenol. That is a direct
the president
quote
should not be giving health
from
advice.
the president.
The president should not be giving health advice.
That's what the White House said. Easy and alien. Well, you have to start somewhere on the cuts. Okay, it's a different topic. Doc, I'll give you the final word here. What?
So I remember what RFK said about people shouldn't be taking health advice from him. He actually said that about himself. So I will expand that to say people also should not be taking health advice from the President of the United States.
Yeah.
If the President of the United States is a physician, then that carries more weight. But right now, our current president is not a physician, and taking health advice from our current president is fraught with problems.
And finally, I would don't take health advice from me, but Doc, I'll throw this at you. There's nothing wrong with going out and getting a second or third opinion on everything medical.
I would absolutely agree with that. If you have questions that are not being answered, or you still have concerns or uncertainty about something, seeking additional information from a knowledgeable person is absolutely the right thing to do.
Next topic?
We only have not much time.
Just briefly, I don't know if you saw this, and I don't know if you care, but this was in my YouTube feed yesterday. The daughter of Ben Affleck and Jennifer Gardner appeared before the UN, I believe, last week, and essentially scolded world leaders for not mandating mask wearing because of COVID-19.
Now?
Today. Wow. Yeah, and I almost drove off the road when I heard it.
You had to pull your mask off and everything.
No. Doc, what do you make of this? We're out of the woods here, right? Or no?
I don't know why it is that the general population at this time should be wearing masks. That is not to say that there isn't a benefit for a certain subsection of them to be wearing masks, especially if you know that you have COVID and you have tested positive for it. You should not be spreading spreading germs or spreading viruses around to other people. Whether that's wearing a mask or simply staying away from people.
When I see it, and yesterday,
having the general population wearing masks at this point in time seems overkill.
In a grocery store yesterday, a woman walked by me wearing a mask. She was really masked up. I think there were two of them. So my conclusion on that is, and this is inconclusive, but my conclusion, number one, she's ill and is trying not to make me sick. She's ill and doesn't want to get herself sick. She's paranoid as hell, and just keep walking. So it's one of those three, or maybe there's another one in there too.
Compromised immune system, concerns about that?
Yeah, could absolutely be. So, my belief in that is, if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. But asking for the governments of the world to mandate it when in public, haven't we lived that debacle? And I don't think there's anybody, except apparently Ben Affleck's kid, that wants to go back to that.
Yeah, I don't know why anybody would be advocating that at this point in time. It would be interesting to sit down with that person and to try to understand where they're coming from. Yeah. But I would not go that far, certainly.
A side note, what I read, I don't know that she has any background in health, and I don't know how you get an audience with the UN. Apparently, you just have to be the child
Celebrity's
of
kid.
famous celebrities. I don't know how you get that. How do you get an audience with the UN like that where you scold them?
I almost think the UN, Congress, all of these government institutions, they love it when celebrities come in and they get their picture taken with them afterwards, and it's just ridiculous. Okay, however, just to be fair, if you walk into a hospital and they say, excuse me, in this wing you have to wear a mask, wear the freaking mask. You're not going to argue with them because they will kick you out, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there are reasons why in certain areas of the hospital with certain people you should absolutely be wearing masks.
It ain't politics. Yes. It's medical. Okay.
If your surgeon comes into the OR not wearing a mask saying, I don't need to do that, you need to find a different surgeon.
That's exactly right. Okay, Doc. Thank you as always. We appreciate it. There's never an end to the supply of content that we can throw at you. So there you go.
Thank you, Doc. We appreciate you.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Please be safe. Enjoy the weather. This is just a wonderful
crazy
fall.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much. You want to?
I just quickly. I quickly Googled to see if she has any health background. She's a college student, but this article from Vanity Fair talks about her forging her own path. In it, you can see she's wearing a mask. Even her own mother, Jennifer Gardner, is walking with her down the road, not wearing a mask. So why doesn't she yell at her mother?
I think the greatest question asked is how in the world did she get an audience with the United Nations?
How?
Makes you really wonder, right? Because I'm thinking, well, maybe she's got an issue. Maybe there's something going on there. But how does she get in front of the UN?
That's a great question.
Crazy. All right, we'll do news, and then Hobeika's free money question of the day. And then Gary Bullis is a write-in candidate for New Hartford Highway Superintendent. He is running a campaign to become the highway superintendent. And we'll get into that and talk to him coming up at WIBX.
Celebrating 100 years.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
BME Company Business Machines and Equipment has been delivering office solutions for businesses in upstate New York for over 30 years. Their success comes from finding the right document management strategies and software solutions for streamlining workflows. Simply put, BME provides fast, reliable service at the best value to keep your business running smoothly. Through BME's strategic partnership with Hummel's Office Plus, they distribute supplies for just about every machine in your office at a great price. BME welcomes the opportunity to serve your business, selling, leasing, and servicing Canon and Kyocera devices, as well as FP mailing solutions. An important part of BME's culture is supporting the communities they're fortunate to work in, and BME recognizes that support is one reason for their success. The future of business in BME's area is encouraging, and the company is grateful to be a part of that growth. Call BME Company at 315-574-8200 or visit BMEcompany.com. BME Company Office Solutions. Made simple.
This station is brought to you by John's Mobile Home Parts and Accessories in Oriskany Falls. For all your mobile home needs, it's worth the trip. Visit johnsmobilehomeparts.com for more info.
Here's the latest from the WIBX newsroom. I'm Doug Callan. A fox in West Berlin has tested positive for rabies. The positive rabies test was received Monday, according to the United County Health Department. The two people exposed to the animal have now received treatment. A New Hartford haunted house is assuring community members that their Halloween-themed attraction is safe, and they've learned from their mistakes after a ticket holder says she was injured while attending. The Crooked World Haunted House in New Hartford is assuring the public that their attraction on Campion Road in the Village is a safe one and thrilling one to attend. A local resident visited the attraction this week and said she and her family entered the attraction with the understanding that they would not be touched by staff, which is part of an optional scare tactic during the show. She said staff members ignored that request. She also claims she had to seek medical attention after glitter was thrown into her eyes. Organizers say they've corrected the problems and staff members have been retrained. Hamilton College featured guest speaker Lin-Manuel Miranda, the original star and creator of the Tony Award-winning musical Hamilton, as part of the college's Next Great Name speaker. Miranda spoke to students and members of the public Monday night at the Margaret Bundy Scott Fieldhouse in Clinton. Miranda said he's worried about free speech in the U.S. after the incident in which television stations were pressured by the federal government to cancel Jimmy Kimmel of ABC's Late Show. The Kimmel Show was later returned. The Fieldhouse was nearly full for last night's event. What was believed to be a suspicious device near Syracuse City Hall turned out not to be a threat at all. Officials say the box spotted yesterday was actually a noise monitoring device related to the ongoing Interstate 81 construction project. It was strapped to a tree. Police blocked off the area around City Hall as a precaution. When the device was found strapped to the tree, all boxes that are similar in appearance will be removed today, and City Hall is going to reopen. That is the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Cold front's on the move, and with that cold front coming on in, we are going to have no rain. So this front passes, and it passes with very little fanfare. But Thursday morning is going to be a little chilly. It'll be frosty in many places. Sunshine today, 78. Tonight, 40, 30s North Country. Tomorrow, sun in the upper 60s. A little bit 30s tomorrow night, up to upper 60s and sunny on Thursday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stitchick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right, partly cloudy skies, 48. Davey, you're looking for caller number what here?
6.
Sixth caller right now for Albica's free money question of the day. It's worth $200, and I'm going to just tell you right now, I like the question.
Oh, well.
Isn't that exciting? I like the question.
I think the guy who came up with it deserves a raise.
I do. I really feel, especially because I don't know if you realized, I like the question every day. I mean, that's consistency. That's worth, that in itself is worth a raise.
You know, speaking of worth, Bill, you ought to figure out a way to, essentially it's you against the caller. So if it's $200, you should make Hobica pay you if you stump the caller.
Stump the caller. I make maybe half so he's saving money there. It's almost like a cash in. It's almost like a cash out feature on an online bet where, you know, you could be winning $1,000, but they'll offer you $500 if you get out now.
Now, yeah,
because you never know, you might not win that $1,000. I like it. All right, we'll do the contestant. Is it going to be Roger? Yeah, Roger is our contestant. We'll do it next to WIBX.
In life, we're often faced with difficult decisions. When it comes to caring for our loved one, the choice can be overwhelming. But amidst the uncertainties, there's one decision that stands out as an act of profound love and gratitude: choosing hospice care. Hospice care isn't just about medical support. It's about honoring the journey of those who've given their all to their families. It's about providing comfort, dignity, and peace in their final days, surrounded by loved ones. Choosing hospice is a way to give back to someone who has selflessly given their life to others. At Hospice and Palliative Care, we understand the weight of this choice. Our compassionate team is here to guide you through every step of the journey, providing personalized care that respects the individuality and dignity of your loved one. When it's time to say goodbye, choose Hospice Care. Choose love. Choose Hospice and Palliative Care, serving Oneida, Herkimer, and Eastern Madison counties. Visit our website, hospicecareinc.org, or call 315-735-6484.
When you need us most.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities, so do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
This is Keeler in the Morning, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Hobica's free money question of the day. Yes, each and every day at this time, we give somebody the opportunity to win dough, money. $200 on the line currently, $200. And for your legal needs, call the Hobica Law Firm, 315-724-1600. For your money needs, play the contest with Hobica Law Firm, and you could win. And today is one of those days, each day at this time. Roger is our contestant. Roger, where are you calling from, by the way?
Cedar Lake area.
Cedar Lake. Other than your car, Cedar Lake area. I'm either going to love the fact that this question I'm going to ask you, I'm going to love it because you checked on it after we were talking about it, or I'm not. It's going to be a question that no one would ever get the answer to.
Okay.
However, it comes from the
great.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. It does come from the category. We were just talking about this. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
All right. Oh, Roger seems annoyed. I
Yeah.
would be too. I would be pissed. That's what I would be. All right. Here is the question. I hope you were paying attention. Here we go. Ben Affleck's mask-wearing activist daughter goes by what first name? Ready? Go.
Joy.
Joy. The opposite of that, unfortunately. What is it? It's Violet?
Violet.
Violet.
Not violent. Violet.
Oh, I thought it was violent. I was trying to come up with the opposite of joy. It really wouldn't be.
Is violet or violet?
It's violet.
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 You like the color?
Violet.
Oh.
Yeah. Listen.
Or the flower,
all right,
I guess.
All right. Because that was really hard. Nobody's going to get that. Okay. Here we go for $100. You want to play again?
Well, of course.
For $100. For $100. Here is your question. This comes from the category music. And here it is. Hocus Pocus was performed by what band? Ready, go.
Oh, boy. I have no clue.
That was Hocus.
It was the band Oh Boy in 1972.
That was Hocus. Wouldn't it be?
I know. Wouldn't it be funny?
I said, oh, boy.
It's Oh Boy. How did you do it? Actually, Hocus Pocus was performed by the band Focus. Good God.
Okay.
All right. Now, hold on. I'm not done yet, Roger.
Boy.
I am not.
You guys beat me up pretty good today.
I am not done with you yet. Here we go. All right. I'm going to just, out of a random, I'm going to pick it for $50. All right. $50. Here is your question. Rolling Stone put out recently a list of the best movie dogs. Which one was number one in the movies? Ready, go.
Old Yeller.
Is it Old Yeller? Oh, my God, it was Lassie. Terrible.
Oh, no.
That was my... Oh, God.
At least,
well,
listen, I've run out of money at this point.
I'm out.
All right.
3 strikes and I'm out.
Roger, stand by. Davey's going to hook you up with the All-in-One Food and Fun card. It was a pleasure playing with you, and stand by. Okay. Lassie was number one. Number two shocks me. Number three is Toto from Wizard of Oz. Do you know what number two was? Rolling Stone, a list of the best movie dogs.
Beethoven?
Lassie's number one. No. Number two is Buddy from Air Buds.
I have no idea.
I didn't either, but everybody, when I say that, they're like, oh, absolutely.
Was Beethoven, the dog Beethoven in the movie?
Yeah, that was St. Bernard, wasn't it?
I think so.
I believe. All right, let me move on. Gary Bullis is running for New Hartford Town Highway Supervisor, and he's not on the ballot, so he's running a write-in candidacy, and he's looking for your vote coming up in November. Gary, good morning. Thanks for coming on.
How are you doing today?
Good. So, why are you running, and why now, as opposed to getting on the ballot? Tell us your situation, your story here.
Okay, just a little bit of background. I've lived in the town of New Hartford my entire life, And I've always been an ardent critic of the stormwater issues that have always happened in this corridor from Washington Mills up through Chadwick's. And because of my prowess in the construction industry, everybody would always come to me asking the questions of, how come the town's not doing anything?
Yeah.
And I would always, even ask the town and so on and so forth. And recently, it's always been in the back of my mind to do something like this. And just fairly recently, a couple of residents in the town did come to me and told me, well, the town of New Hartford was back into a stream in Washington Mills, trying to, I guess, what they would call, kind of dredge out the stream because of the flooding issues that always go on. And then they said, the DEC shut them down because of the fish. So the first thing I'm going to do is call the DEC permitting office and say, well, what's the problem here? Because I've worked with, not for, the DEC.
Yeah, okay.
And they explained to me, they said, the town of New Hartford's permit has been expired. And I said, okay, enough is enough. You can't kick the can down the road anymore. And I said, well, and everybody was asking me if I would run. And I said, well, let me just think about it. And the United County Board of Elections said, yes, you can run in a write-in campaign. It is legal in New York.
It is.
Said, why not?
Yeah, why not is what you're saying.
Exactly. And I have a conscience, and I just can't sit back anymore.
All
so
right.
why not?
So not an easy challenge to run a write-in campaign, but as you say, why not? You were a career union iron worker who rose to the role of project manager, overseeing and responsible for multi-million-dollar projects. Where did you work doing these things?
Well, for well over 30 years, I worked for a company called Nathan Steel in Utica, which is now no longer in business.
Mm-hmm.
But we built everything from the Bank of Utica, the new addition there in Bank of Utica, Swiftwater Training Facility in Oriskany, New York, which was a state project that all of our first responders go to.
At the old airport there, right?
Oh, yes. That was quite the project. And multi different structures all over the New York State area.
Yeah.
But I was the superintendent of field operations for this company, but also, as being an iron worker. So I have been around some of the largest projects and worked on some of the largest projects that a lot of people have seen. But one of the biggest ones that, so everybody wants to know kind of like what I've done, Ocean Blue Restaurant, the building up on top of the building.
Okay.
And yeah, so and those are multi-million-dollar projects.
Yeah.
And a lot of these projects require a lot of knowledge when it comes to, these major construction projects. And it's a lot of paperwork to do these things. And really that's what the Town of New Hartford Highway Department is. It's the contracting end of the Town of New Hartford.
All right, Banaski.
So, Gary, you say that the reason the dredging can't be done, this is a two-pronged question, is because the DEC won't let them, and the reason the DEC won't let them is because the license expired.
Yes, the license has expired. And see, the Town of New Hartford, during the flooding from 2011 up until 2023, everybody knows, those years of all the flooding that's been in the area.
Yep.
Now, with the permit, the town would go out and get what they call a general work permit, stream work permits. And so all that flooding that happened throughout all those years, well, now all of a sudden the town of New Hartford goes in to work on that stream in 2023. So that permit was expired. And to me, it's, wait a minute. You are the town of New Hartford, and you guys are supposed to be educated on these things because it's,
right.
You have to get a building permit. You have to get drawings to build anything, and then they'll shut the work down and this and that. And the town of New Hartford, and nobody can say, well, I didn't know that it expired. that would be the same thing of you driving your vehicle. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't know my license was expired.
Right.
You know the deal.
Yep.
So, and the DEC is not this big, gigantic green monster that everybody thinks that they are. It's all it is. It's just simple permitting. And you just explain what you're going to do, and you just keep those permits running.
Gary, do you think dredging would solve the issue? It seems to be one
of them, one of those issues. But
what else needs to be done?
Okay, what else that needs to be done is starting up in Cassville, New York, where the Sequoia Creek starts.
Mm-hmm.
There are inside that corridor, well, in the Sequoia Creek, there are multiple dams which are defunct. They are all silted in. So, like these dams or these water retention ponds, okay, they have to be dredged out constantly because it's just like a glass of water. If your big glass of water was filled with mud all the way up to the top, you can only put
water in.
I've actually seen this study done with Oreos and milk.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
And so what happens there is when all that is happening, some of these dams need to be taken down. The study has been done by McBride and McBroom back in 2014, and they come out with a gigantic assessment for it was a multi-county study from the New York State Department of Transportation and the New York State DEC. Well, I don't have to tell anybody about what's happened in Chadwick, New York, or Washington Mills, or even downstream towards that. Well, now what happens is you have to control that water that is coming down. Yeah. You have to slow it down, but it is. I'd hate to say it, but it's overbuilding that created some of these problems.
that was going to be my question. I've got like 15 seconds left before I have to break. But by the way, this is Gary Bullis. He's running as a write-in for New Hartford Town Supervisor. You agree we over the years have overbuilt and have not figured out a way to it's really created this problem.
Yes.
Okay.
It's created it, and the
overdevelopment.
Too much pay.
Overdevelopment and lack of maintenance by the town.
Okay.
All right.
Because in the same thing, okay, the ditches that you see all over the place, and then there's culverts that run underneath the ditches, the catch basins that are in there, that's for stormwater. The town has not even gone in to really take a proactive approach to clean out those catch basins, clean out the ditches, to get the water to flow. So it's a lack of maintenance that is really attributing to much of this.
Okay.
And the can cannot be kicked down the road any further.
Okay, Gary, we hope to talk to you again one more time before Election Day. Gary Bullis, thank you and good luck.
And you have a wonderful day.
All right, you do the same.
Thank you.
Gary Bullis is running. I didn't even get into whether he was Republican or Democrat. I find that in these town elections, does that really matter? Did I step on somebody's toe there?
No.
But at the end of the day, a write-in candidacy is not easy.
No.
So just making that reference. We'll have the current coming on at some point as well. River Hills Properties continues when it comes to service. It's all about the service. It's all about going in and assisting the seller and the buyer in relieving that stress. It's like you, by selecting a River Hills agent, you have added a team to your sales force when it comes to selling your home. It's a big deal. Offices in Barneveld, Little Falls, Copenhagen, in Utica, Newport, coming soon to Rome, and the wonderful Gulf Coast of Florida, Naples and Sarasota. Nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties. News is next.
From the Stanley Theater Studios, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
The Commander-in-Chief will soon meet with generals and admirals. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, at a big military meeting this morning at the Marine Base in Quantico, Virginia, with commanders who flew in from around the world. It's led by Secretary of War Pete Hegseth.
These orders came down last week for those ranked 1 star and above to meet with Secretary Hegseth this week. Now, the original invitation, it did not cite a reason, so of course that fueled some speculation, mainly surrounding the pledge that Secretary Hegseth made to make cuts to the General Officer Corps. Then came the announcement that President Trump would be attending today, and he told NBC that this meeting is celebratory. He said, quote, "It's just really a very nice meeting, talking about how well we're doing militarily."
Fox's Alexandria Hoff at the White House, where yesterday President Trump laid out a peace plan to stop the war in Gaza.
If accepted by Hamas, this proposal calls for the release of all remaining hostages.
Hamas is reviewing the plan that many Arab leaders support. So does Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who gave his okay at a White House meeting. But if Hamas rejects it...
As you know, Bibi, you'd have our full backing to do what you would have to do.
Netanyahu says Israel would finish the job, continuing the war. President Trump also met with congressional leaders in both parties, trying to work out a deal to fund the government by tonight to prevent a shutdown tomorrow.
The government shuts down. It's because Republicans have decided to shut the government down and hurt the American people.
That's House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries pushing for provisions to extend health care subsidies. But GOP Congressman Brad Knott tells Fox all they want is a 7-week funding extension.
We on the Republican side just are not budging. And until they get back to, I would say, reasonable ground, there's really not a lot to discuss there.
A Ukrainian man's been arrested in Poland, suspected of being involved in underseas explosions damaging Nord Stream gas pipelines between Germany and Russia after Russia's war in Ukraine had started. In Indonesia, rescuers keep trying to get to dozens of students trapped after their school collapsed. America's listening to Fox News.
Living with everyday pain is like having a voice that always says, "No, no, you can't do that. No, you better sit this one out." It's no way to live. So if pain is affecting you, see how Relief Factor can help get you back to life on your terms. One where you say yes a lot more. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor's unique formula of natural ingredients does not just mask pain, it helps reduce or eliminate it for good. Whether it's your back, neck, joints, or muscles, Relief Factor can help you, as it has for so many others. So call 1-800-4RELIEF and give Relief Factor's 3-week quick start a try. It's only $19.95, less than $1 a day to get your life back. Just go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF, and see how you can say yes to more of everything you want.
Tyler Robinson's next hearing will be a month from now after the accused Charlie Kirk assassin appeared at a hearing via video facing a murder charge more than 2 weeks after Kirk was shot at Utah Valley University.
His newly appointed defense lawyer, Kathy Nestor, is a former federal public defender qualified to handle this death penalty case. The evidence includes his DNA on the alleged murder weapon and what appears to be a text message confession. For now, he remains in isolation and on a suicide watch at the Utah County Jail. In Provo, Utah, Claudia Cowan, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stocks could drop. Futures are down the morning after gains for the Dow and the NASDAQ. A celebrity couple is splitting up.
Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban have separated after 19 years of marriage. Multiple sources confirmed the split Monday, with TMZ first reporting the pair has been living apart since the beginning of summer. Page 6 quoted a source saying, "Sometimes relationships just run their course," adding Kidman did not want the separation and was trying to save things. Kidman has been caring for their 2 daughters, 17-year-old Sunday Rose and 14-year-old Faith Margaret, while Urban has reportedly moved out of their Nashville home and purchased his own property in the city. Kidman and Urban married in June 2006. She was previously married to Tom Cruise from 1990 to 2001. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
On Monday Night Football, the Dolphins' first win comes with a loss. Star receiver Tyreek Hill carted off the field with a dislocated knee. Miami coach Mike McDaniel says
he immediately had wide eyes and was talking, I'm good, just make sure the guys get this win.
Which they did. The Dolphins beat the still winless New York Jets 27-21. There was also another game last night, a blowout to close out week 4 of the NFL season. Denver 28, Cincinnati 3. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's the latest from the WIBX newsroom. I'm Doug Callan. A fox in West Berlin has tested positive for rabies. The positive rabies test was received Monday, according to the United County Health Department. The two people exposed to the animal have now received treatment. A New Hartford haunted house is assuring community members that their Halloween-themed attraction is safe, and they've learned from their mistakes after a ticket holder says she was injured while attending. The Crooked World Haunted House in New Hartford is assuring the public that their attraction on Campion Road in the village is a safe one and thrilling one to attend. A local resident visited the attraction this week and said she and her family entered the attraction with the understanding that they would not be touched by staff, which is part of an optional scare tactic during the show. She said staff members ignored that request. She also claims she had to seek medical attention after glitter was thrown into her eyes. Organizers say they've corrected the problems and staff members have been retrained. Hamilton College featured guest speaker Lin-Manuel Miranda, the original star and creator of the Tony Award-winning musical Hamilton, as part of the college's Next Great Name speaker. Miranda spoke to students and members of the public Monday night at the Margaret Bundy Scott Fieldhouse in Clinton. Miranda said he's worried about free speech in the U.S. after the incident in which television stations were pressured by the federal government to cancel Jimmy Kimmel of ABC's Late Show. The Kimmel Show was later returned. The Fieldhouse was nearly full for last night's event. What was believed to be a suspicious device near Syracuse City Hall turned out not to be a threat at all. Officials say the box spotted yesterday was actually a noise monitoring device related to the ongoing Interstate 81 construction project. It was strapped to a tree. Police blocked off the area around City Hall as a precaution. When the device was found strapped to the tree, all boxes that are similar in appearance will be removed today, and City Hall is going to reopen. It was a lithium-ion battery being pinpointed as the likely cause of a fire in the Onondaga area of DeWitt. The blaze happened Sunday morning at Metallico on Thompson Road and took hours to contain due to the large amount of material that was burning. People living in the area reported smelling burning rubber and seeing smoke from several miles away. Metallico hasn't said when it will start accepting scrap metal from the public again. A Madison County Army veteran and a longtime firefighter has passed away after contracting EEE, Eastern Equine Encephalitis. George Baker Jr. of Chippenango served the country and was the chaplain of the Chippenango Fire Department, where he was a member for 5 decades. Baker's Jr.'s case was revealed last week, and he'd been hospitalized before dying at the age of 79. His daughter says he spent a lot of time outdoors and could have contracted the mosquito-borne disease at any time. And an upstate New York grocery chain is unveiling some new Buffalo Bills-themed products that'll be available at its stores. An exclusive Wegmans flavor named Bring the Storm features blue, cake-flavored ice cream that is mixed with vanilla cake pieces and is topped off with white sprinkles. The supermarket chain is also selling a limited edition Buffalo Bills Rivalries long-sleeve shirt, and fans are urged to wear them Sunday for Buffalo's showdown with the New England Patriots. The ice cream and shirts can be purchased while supplies last. In sports, after suffering a blowout loss at home, Syracuse University football coach Fran Brown says the team is already looking ahead to this weekend's game with SMU. The Orange were dominated by the Duke Blue Devils Saturday and were defeated by a final score of 38-3. Brown says he was impressed that quarterback Ricky Collins immediately reached out to him after the contest to go over the game film and receive hands-on mentoring. Syracuse visits SMU Saturday. Kickoff is at 3:30 p.m. Monday Night Football, the Dolphins beat the Jets 27-21 and the Bengals pummeled the Broncos 28-3. The Giants shared upsetting news on Monday. Owner John Mara revealed in a statement he has cancer. Mara said he will remain active with the team throughout treatment. In other news, the Giants placed wide receiver Malik Neighbors on injured reserve with a torn ACL. He'll miss the remainder of the season. The Yankees begin the playoffs tonight. New York is hosting the Boston Red Sox for Game 1 of the American League Wild Card at Yankee Stadium. It's the 6th time the Pinstripes are facing the Red Sox in the postseason. The Yankees have dropped each of their last 3 October matchups against Boston. That is the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Cold front's on the move, and with that cold front coming on in, we are going to have no rain. So this front passes, and it passes with very little fanfare. But Thursday morning is going to be a little chilly. It'll be frosty in many places. Sunshine today, 78. Tonight, 40, 30s North Country. Tomorrow, sun in the upper 60s. A little bit 30s tomorrow night, up to upper 60s and sunny on Thursday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stitchick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Currently 49, mostly sunny. Are you, we were just talking about during the break, the story in Madison County of the man who died of a mosquito bite, basically.
Triple E, Eastern Equine Encephalitis. That's a terrifying story.
It shows you how bad that can be. The other thing is Lyme disease, how horrible Lyme disease can be. If you end up with a...
But it's not fatal, though.
Oh, it can be.
Lyme disease?
Lyme disease can be fatal
I did not
as well.
know that.
Yeah, look that up. And look at some of the, I don't know, watching the Mets game, they ran that PSA of this little kid who got Lyme disease, and it's terrible what this family has gone through. And the Mets games, for some reason, I don't know, when they're on PNY, they play the same PSAs all season long. So I've seen that PSA probably 50 times. Mm-hmm. And, the PSAs, I think they make them really sad so that you realize there are sadder things in life than the New York Mets.
That's a great point, Bill. That's where I was thinking, too.
I believe it's done on purpose.
You think this is bad? Oh, there's worse.
There's worse. There's worse. Yeah. Your Mets team is it's not that bad. I mean, it's not that bad. But a horrible story, right? The tick thing is really crazy. And I was just talking about I was reading a story in New England. There's this community where they have such a high they're near the water. They have such a high concentration of ticks that it's like 30 or 35% of the entire population is Lyme disease positive.
That's insane.
So they're trying to come up with a way, and it's become somewhat controversial because they are changing the DNA of ticks. And a lot of people are like,
they're doing it intentionally in a lab.
And the scary thing, people are saying, well, you're messing with nature. Okay, I guess you're messing with nature when you go and you kill a mosquito. Kind of messing with nature.
You're making me itch.
It is part of the hierarchy, I guess. Nonetheless, they're changing the DNA of ticks so that they are immune to Lyme disease. So then they no longer will pass on the Lyme disease to humans.
That's great.
So they're releasing thousands of them. The plan is to release thousands of them into the wild in this community as a test. And then in hopes they become the dominant tick, gets rid of all of the other ticks, and then ticks will ultimately, over some period of time, become immune to Lyme disease, saving the humans. We'll see if it works.
That's great.
Look it up. It's there.
That Triple E story, though.
It's a terrible story.
Very close to home.
I believe the man was 79 years old in Madison County. Terrible story. September 30th, a Tuesday, and we're going to be up near 80 degrees. And you wonder why we have tick problems. Seems to be warmer and warmer and warmer, longer and longer, at least this year anyway. Quick break. It's 8:13 at WIBX.
This station is brought to you by John's Mobile Home Parts and Accessories in Oriskany Falls. For all your mobile home needs, it's worth the trip. Visit johnsmobilehomeparts.com for more info.
Don't overpay for your next mattress. Take advantage of Mattress Express's guaranteed lowest price program. Bring in any locally advertised price on a mattress we carry, and we will beat the price. Go to mattressexpressny.com.
RSV is a common contagious virus that in older adults can lead to life-threatening illness or even death. The first RSV vaccine for ages 60 and older is now available at Kinney Drugs. Stop by or visit KinneyDrugs.com to RSVP for your RSV shot.
Guys, have you seen the comments lately?
Yeah, we heard the chatter. And the magic's run out. But I just think those people might need a reminder that Utica is richly steeped in hockey history and home to some of the most passionate fans in the world. And that the players are as gritty as the city they represent. Season starts October 10th. Get your season opener tickets at UticaComets.com. This is Utica.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/today. Ethos.com/today.
Vanity Fair calls BritBox a delicious streamer. Collider says everyone should be watching. Catch Britain's next best series with BritBox. Stream acclaimed new originals like Code of Silence.
You read lips, right?
And Linley, based on the best-selling mystery series.
Hi, Linley. Take it from here.
And don't miss the new season of Karen Piri, coming this October.
You don't look like police. I'll take that as a compliment.
See it differently when you stream the best of British TV with BritBox. Watch with a free trial today.
Hey, Central New York, this is Will Kane of The Will Kane Show, and you can now hear my show every weekday at WIBX. I do things a little differently when I'm behind the microphone because I turn it over to the listeners to learn and really dig into the issues that impact everyday Americans. The Will Kane Show lets you keep ahead of the headlines and understand what's really going on in the world with in-depth discussions from leading experts and the brightest minds. From politics to sports, nothing is off topic. Listen to The Will Kane Show weekdays at 6, only on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Hey, portions of today's program brought to you by the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. And Dr. Zielinski would like people to know that they're currently pausing their acceptance of new patients. And that is because they had such an influx of new patients, so much so that they are adding a new provider, a new doctor. And they hope will come very soon. And once it does, hopefully very soon, they'll be adding new patients. And you can check in with them at any time by giving them a call at their Washington Mills Clinic. It's the area's premier osteopathic medical clinic, the Falcon Clinic. Dr. Shemileski, Dr. Zielinski, Dr. Kuzminski, and all different services under one roof. And soon to be another physician that'll be involved there as well. The Falcon Clinic, call 315-507-4751. Megan Frazier McGrogan in studio right now. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good. I mean, look at this weather. It's
I
crazy.
know. It's insane, isn't it? I keep waiting for it to just
turn nasty. Yeah.
I did get my summer clothes out yesterday because I said, this just feels like it's time. Even though I could wear them, it just feels like it's time.
Oh, you
They've
put
gotta
away
go.
you
put them away.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Got them out to put them away.
Like, what, you brought them back out?
No.
I got to tell you, I never put mine away. We just turn the heat up in the house. It's like summertime.
I have a vision of like Bill coming home in his winter coat, stripping down.
I mean, I'm in shorts right now. I mean, it's the day before October. And listen, I just feel like we have to take advantage of it while we can. I do think, and maybe I'm... you hear this stuff and it doesn't mean anything, right? I do think we're gonna be paid back for this.
Yeah, it's kind of, isn't that how it goes?
Yeah.
I feel like that's how it goes.
I feel like we're in for another nasty winter.
But luckily we have wonderful winter things to do here.
Yes.
There are a lot of good
Central
things.
New York,
If I can add one more thing, be sympathetic with if you hire a plow guy on contract. Be sympathetic. They had a really rough year last year. So when they come back and tell you the price has gone up, you kind of know why.
Yeah.
Although I'm banking on it doesn't go up too much.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Otherwise, out comes the shovel.
I'd rather pay him for not working, to be honest with you.
I agree.
Pay him for not working.
I completely agree. All right, Megan. Of course, Megan is the executive director at the Utica Children's Museum, which is now open and getting rave reviews. A lot of good things happening.
Yes, really great. We had a really great summer. I will say, I know everybody's happy with the weather. Good weather doesn't really work out for us. We want it to be rainy, so
Right.
Everybody comes in to see us. But
And you didn't have almost no rain. I mean,
know.
It's crazy.
I know, but we still had an amazing summer. The opening was great. All summer long, we got to see tons of kids and families come in. And now we're gearing up for fall, and we're already talking about winter break programming, if you can believe it or not. It's right around the corner. So
well, it's October, right? I mean, tomorrow's the first day of October. And do you guys do anything big for Halloween?
We don't, not on actual Halloween this year, but we are doing another 6-week program called our Spooky STEM Explorers. It's a 6-week program. It starts the middle of October. We have all the info on our website about that. It's a 6-week session, really low cost for kiddos to come and do some hands-on STEM activities.
Nice. Yep. What else do you have happening as you get into that winter time? Because you'll have programs because kids need something to do during
kids
those
get
weeks
bored.
off.
So we're currently working on winter break week programming as well. We will be open different hours during winter break. So we're normally closed Monday and Tuesday. We are going to be open Monday and Tuesday for break. We'll have lots of things to do. We're going to have a different program every single day. In addition to this one that we're doing this fall, which again is a great way to get kids out. We are going to test something. So this is breaking news.
Okay.
We are going to be opening Wednesday nights starting October. I think it's October 15th. It's that Wednesday, middle of October. We're going to test out opening Wednesday nights. We've heard feedback from folks that they would really like to come after school. While we can't do it every single week, it wouldn't be economical for us. We're going to test it out Wednesday nights. So we will be open evening hours starting at 4 o'clock. So we are not going to be open during the day on Wednesdays, though. So we're going to shift the hours a little bit, try an evening night, and see how it goes.
Do you find that when school's in session, your daytime becomes very quiet?
It definitely has been, which is actually good for people listening to know. Like if you have little kiddos that aren't school aged, I know the summer was super busy and, we had some folks say, oh, geez, I kind of miss like during the week when school was open. Well, that time is back again. It's a really nice calming time, especially if you have kiddos that, maybe have sensory issues or the museum on a weekend is really stimulating for them. Yeah. It's kind of nice. I mean, you have a quieter crowd during the week right now.
Yeah.
So, I remember the previous children's museum. I had been there many times. It was, I don't want to say a free-for-all. It was more free range. You go in, you go wherever you want. Is it still that way?
Yes.
And the parent can accompany the child, or do you drop them off and you have set programming?
No.
Don't drop them off.
Our rule is
it is not a babysitting.
No, we're not babysitters. And that's really a safety liability issue.
Sure.
And we're just not set up that way. But, we have a little rule that we like to say, which every child has to have an adult and every adult has to have a child.
Sure.
And really, you are responsible for I hate to say it this way, but supervising your kid, but we encourage you to play along with your child. Really the whole idea is that you're spending time together. It's family bonding, and I think as an adult, you learn something too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of layers to every gallery and exhibit, and you can't just walk by. You really have to kind of dive in and look at all of the pieces. There's so much to do there.
The genesis of the question was, you talked about like spooky STEM and you're trying the Wednesday night thing. So I didn't know if it was set programming that you were offering as opposed to, like I said, you used to walk in and go from exhibit to exhibit wherever you wanted, upstairs, downstairs.
Are the programs in the winter break different though? Because that's a program where your kid goes to a class basically.
No, you still will be there with them, but we'll just have different activities throughout the day. So just to give you an idea of the spooky STEM, Jeff, so like you can come to the museum and you just have, free reign to explore. The programming is a little bit above and beyond that.
Okay.
So when I say programming, like every week, so they'll be from 4:30 to 5:15. Sorry, it's 45 minutes. It's kind of tripping me up there. 4:30 to 5:15. They'll have a different topic every week. It's capped out at 15 children, and that is led by a museum educator. So it's more of like an instruction piece where you still have to accompany your child to that.
So it may be a grandparent, it may be a babysitter, it may be the parents bringing the.
Absolutely.
The kids,
we see all different groups come in as well. We're, of course, doing field trips. So, yes, normally your visit, you come in, you just kind of do whatever you want. But the programming is meant to be complementary to the exhibits that we have and a little bit more in depth. So to kind of change it up a little bit from time to time.
Sure.
All right. So is there anything else you want to promote?
I don't think so. Just check out that program coming up. Again, it's capped at 15 kids a spot. We're going to be doing them Wednesday nights and Sunday afternoons. So there's 2 opportunities to do that.
All right.
And of course, if you haven't seen the museum, come down
Check
and see
it out.
us. Yeah.
I was going to ask you if there's anything that, based on now you've seen kids come in and they've experienced the stuff, are there any surprises for you? Like, we thought we thought the biggest one was going to be this, and it turns out the kids love this. Is there anything like that?
I don't think too surprised, only because I have an 8-year-old,
Yes.
so I kind of knew what things would be popular. I will say the amount of pretend play is a pleasant surprise. That's very exciting to see. You know, kids are in front of screens so much.
Yeah,
And when you see kids come in, I had a mom tell me last week she brought a 10-year-old in, and she said, you know, I have a little one with me too. I really thought the 10-year-old would be bored, but he got up and he was, you know, pretend playing with all the shopping items in the World Market. He put on a costume. I mean, this is a 10-year, you know, she just thought like, oh, he's just going to be like, Mom, I want my phone or whatever. And, you know, that's why the bit of a shocker sometimes is people say, oh, there's not enough to do there. I find that, you know, really, that's why I say, look, you got to go into all the little nooks and crannies and pieces and all of the electronics. Like, I promise, as an adult, leave your phone in your purse or leave it in your pocket. Just explore. It's so easy to just look down at your phone and say, okay, kids, knock yourselves out. But really explore yourselves, because it's so much fun.
I like it. Okay, Wednesdays are the evening coming.
Yes, we're going to start Wednesday, and now that's not starting again until the middle of October.
Okay.
So, and we're just going to try it for the fall, and, you know,
see what happens.
We're still in startup mode. People forget that. You know,
Yeah.
we still have a ways to go. We're learning, we're taking feedback, and we're going to test it out.
All right, good stuff, Megan. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations. That's, you know, everybody says great things about it.
Great.
I have a great story of anger and revenge. Those are always the best. So
we're going to talk about President Trump again?
This is absolutely not political. There's no politics. But and my son came to me recently and said, "Here's the recipe for Kentucky Fried Chicken. You got to make it sometime."
Okay.
And I'm like, "Is it really the recipe for Kentucky Fried Chicken, or what they call KFC now?"
Yeah.
So turns out it is absolutely authentic. And this comes into the anger and revenge part. A man who claims to be Colonel Sanders' great-great-great-nephew says KFC blocked him for complaining about them sexualizing. I was going to bring this up today. It's so ridiculous. They're saying that they have the family is saying they have sexualized Colonel Sanders. Now, have you seen the latest Colonel Sanders KFC commercials?
No.
He ain't sexy. I mean, I don't know what sexy is in a male, but clearly. But he ain't sexy, I don't think. Anyway, so after they blocked him, he said, I had the original recipe from my great-great-great-uncle, so I released it online.
Wow.
And he's released it. There's a little audio. I even have a little audio on this this revengeful kid. Here we go. Audio.
Kentucky Fried Chicken has blocked me on social media. For those who are new, I'm Colonel Sanders' great-great-great-nephew. I'm the last Sanders in his family line. Over the last decade, they have sexualized my uncle for marketing purposes. They have encouraged fans to sexualize him as well. My response to Kentucky Fried Chicken blocking me is, do you want to know how to make their chicken? Truly, genuinely, their chicken. This recipe I put together through facts. So let Kentucky Fried Chicken deny this. If they do, I'll say, prove it. I have facts and receipts to back up my recipe. Show us what yours is.
He's saying it is an absolute real recipe.
Well, I wish he said I can prove it. What he said
By
there
the
was
way,
about it's through facts.
You got to look at a picture of him. He dresses like his great-great-great-uncle.
Oh, now I see the issue.
Yeah.
Now that I've seen the photo.
Yeah, he has no social life at all. Yeah, and I think they just were like, okay, so here's the recipe. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'll post this today.
Okay.
But or you can find it online. It's 1 tablespoon plus a 1/4 teaspoon of sage, cloves, I won't give the exact recipe, but nutmeg, cinnamon, cayenne pepper, coriander, ginger, garlic powder, white pepper, black pepper, cardamom, and some salt, and 3 tablespoons plus 3 cups of flour.
And what? That's a rub you put on the
That's like the
chicken?
Well,
dredge.
that's the, and then there will be some liquid to then you
Bind it, right?
You're right. So you'd have to have. You probably will have to do an egg and flour, and then the flour and egg, and then the egg will bind this to the chicken.
Does he say
and then
that?
you deep fry it.
Does he say egg and
Well,
flour?
it's in the recipe. Yeah, it's in the recipe.
Okay.
But that's how you coat.
Well,
treat it like
it'd
a
be
batter.
interesting. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
It would be interesting if he left that part out, but the secret is that you don't use egg and flour. You use milk and something, or you know what I mean?
Or there's a cool trick that you can do, and you take a big Ziploc bag and you put a couple big spoonfuls of mayonnaise in there, and then you shake the whole thing up and you coat the chicken with the mayonnaise, and then you put the breadcrumbs in.
Interesting.
And they the mayonnaise allows it to bind. And it has a little different. It's good.
Well, it makes sense. It's eggs, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then you can even bake that as opposed to deep frying it. So, and now we'll continue with Cooking with Bill. And
I want to have some of this chicken if you make it.
Colonel
Bill.
Sanders. Yes, I want to make the chicken and bring it in.
It's a new exhibit at the museum, maybe.
Yeah, right. Yeah, cooking with. Hey, Bill, we are going to do programming in Q1. It's going to be cooking with kids. So maybe
I like
you
that.
can. Well, the oil might be dicey in the museum, but maybe we can have you come on to do a little.
Okay. All right. Maybe
do a little cooking.
Maybe we bake it instead of deep fry it. I mean, that might be the answer.
I bet there will be no issues that arise if this
happens.
Yeah, right.
Let's just try.
Great.
Let's just try a new experiment. Let's let them eat it raw. What do you think? Well, boy. All right. Good stuff.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Megan.
We'll break news coming right up at WIBX.
Adirondack Home Furniture wants you to fall in love with your home again. With their timeless design and incredible craftsmanship, their furniture is the type of furniture that gets passed down from generation to generation. For years, Adirondack Home Furniture has been providing quality and comfort to Central New York. From American-made pieces and new Amish pieces to top designers, Adirondack Home Furniture has what you want. Whether you're looking to redo your living room, dining room, bedroom, kids' rooms, or just need some pieces to get your home ready for the holidays, Adirondack Home Furniture has that perfect piece. With a fully stocked showroom and the best prices of the season, you need to stop in today. Adirondack Home Furniture has non-commissioned salespeople, which means you enjoy a relaxing, low-pressure shopping experience. They also pride themselves on their unmatched customer service and attention to detail. Stop into Adirondack Home Furniture today and get your home ready for the holidays. Riverside Center in North Utica, or go to AdirondackHomeFurniture.com.
Whatever you need to haul, landscaping tools, heavy construction gear, or even livestock, Clinton Tractor has the trailer for the job. Choose steel, aluminum, or galvanized frames from 500 pounds to 55 tons with trusted names like B-Wise, Eager Beaver, and EB. For trailers, parts, and service you can count on, visit the Caledona family at Clinton Tractor.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
ClintonTractor.net.
You know what they say about judging a book by its cover? Everyone with an addiction has a story to tell. Don't know? Don't judge. Addiction is a treatable medical condition. What helps people seek treatment is support. What does not help is shame and stigma. We can all make a difference. Learn how at oasis.ny.gov. The New York State Office of Addiction Services and Supports. Every step of the way.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Here's the latest from the WIBX newsroom. I'm Doug Callan. A fox in West Berlin has tested positive for rabies. The positive rabies test was received Monday, according to the United County Health Department. The two people exposed to the animal have now received treatment. A New Hartford haunted house is assuring community members that their Halloween-themed attraction is safe, and they've learned from their mistakes after a ticket holder says she was injured while attending. The Crooked World Haunted House in New Hartford is assuring the public that their attraction on Campion Road in the Village is a safe one and thrilling one to attend. A local resident visited the attraction this week and said she and her family entered the attraction with the understanding that they would not be touched by staff, which is part of an optional scare tactic during the show. She said staff members ignored that request. She also claims she had to seek medical attention after glitter was thrown into her eyes. Organizers say they've corrected the problems and staff members have been retrained. Hamilton College featured guest speaker Lin-Manuel Miranda, the original star and creator of the Tony Award-winning musical Hamilton, as part of the college's Next Great Name speaker. Miranda spoke to students and members of the public Monday night at the Margaret Bundy Scott Fieldhouse in Clinton. Miranda said he's worried about free speech in the U.S. after the incident in which television stations were pressured by the federal government to cancel Jimmy Kimmel of ABC's Late Show. The Kimmel Show was later returned. The Fieldhouse was nearly full for last night's event. What was believed to be a suspicious device near Syracuse City Hall turned out not to be a threat at all. Officials say the box spotted yesterday was actually a noise monitoring device related to the ongoing Interstate 81 construction project. It was strapped to a tree. Police blocked off the area around City Hall as a precaution. When the device was found strapped to the tree, all boxes that are similar in appearance will be removed today, and City Hall is going to reopen. That is the latest. I'm Doug Callan for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Cold front's on the move, and with that cold front coming on in, we are going to have no rain. So this front passes, and it passes with very little fanfare. But Thursday morning is going to be a little chilly. It'll be frosty in many places. Sunshine today, 78. Tonight, 40, 30s North Country. Tomorrow, sun in the upper 60s. A little bit 30s tomorrow night, up to the upper 60s and sunny on Thursday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Staging, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Currently, we have sunshine. Beautiful day on the way, 51 degrees. Coming up, I don't know if you've seen some of the photos, whether they're at baseball games or football games, where mainly baseball, where a fan will, like a little kid, will catch the ball, and some bigger guy will come in and like rip the ball out of the kid's hands.
Loser.
There have been quite a few of those. Now, it's entered the football stadium, and it involves a Giants fan. In fact, they're calling her a Giants Karen, or a giant Karen, for snatching something from a little kid. I'll give you the audio.
Yeah, okay.
Are you familiar with what happened?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm familiar with the Eagles, the Phillies Karen.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, this is, she became quite famous. This is different. We'll see what happens. I'll give you the audio coming up.
At Mohawk Valley Health System, nursing is more than a career. It's a calling.
I just love the family environment. Everyone's so helpful, so encouraging. Everyone here is amazing.
Whether you're starting your journey or ready to grow, MVHS offers competitive pay, career development, and a place to belong.
Everybody wants you to succeed, and I feel like the patients and families also feel that as well. My team helps me grow here.
Mohawk Valley Health System. Change lives, starting with yours. At Mohawk Valley Health System, we're investing in nurses like never before.
Working at the Wynn Hospital in the OR has given me the opportunity to not only enhance my critical thinking skills, but also my autonomy.
With competitive new rates, career development programs, and a culture built on support.
I love the team that I work with on the 7th floor.
Here at the Wynn Hospital, I'm not just part of a team, I'm part of a family.
You'll grow your nursing career with great pay, a supportive team, and real opportunities.
Here at the Wynn Hospital, I can find my niche and grow.
Change lives, starting with yours.
Adirondack Home Furniture wants you to fall in love with your home again. With their timeless design and incredible craftsmanship, their furniture is the type of furniture that gets passed down from generation to generation. For years, Adirondack Home Furniture has been providing quality and comfort to Central New York. From American-made pieces and new Amish pieces to top designers, Adirondack Home Furniture has what you want. Whether you're looking to redo your living room, dining room, bedroom, kids' rooms, or just need some pieces to get your home ready for the holidays, Adirondack Home Furniture has that perfect piece. With a fully stocked showroom and the best prices of the season, you need to stop in today. Adirondack Home Furniture has non-commissioned salespeople, which means you enjoy a relaxing, low-pressure shopping experience. They also pride themselves on their unmatched customer service and attention to detail. Stop into Adirondack Home Furniture today and get your home ready for the holidays. Riverside Center in North Utica, or go to AdirondackHomeFurniture.com.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Celebrate 100 years of high-flying dunks, 100 years of show-stopping moves, and 100 years of changing the game. Bring the whole family and be part of a legacy that never stops. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Get your tickets today at harlemglobetrotters.com.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion? That's billion with a B? Yeah. Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words Micro. That's pound 250, Micro.
This is Keeler in the morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Well, listen, today is the final day to celebrate with GPO Federal Credit Union as they mark 10 years in Barneveld and celebrate in September with a whole bunch of prizes and things given away. There's the Barneveld Bundle, $350 in local gift cards. It'll be drawn today, I believe. There's all sorts of treats and prizes. In order to qualify, you have to open up a checking account with GPO Federal Credit Union. I believe that's all you have to do. It says here, opening a checking account. There it is. It's right there. For 10 years, they are thanking the people in Barneveld for supporting them as they support the people of Barneveld. Celebrate together in Barneveld with GPO Federal Credit Union. Membership eligibility required, NCUA insured. Entry into the contest, as we said, is based on opening a checking account. See Bridge for full details. Contest ends September 30. That's today, September 30th, 2025. Did I mention? Ouch, that's today. Hit myself there. New Karen is getting roasted for snatching a headband out of the hand of a little boy after Kansas City beat the Giants last Sunday at MetLife Stadium. The video clearly shows Mahomes trying to hand the headband to a kid who is a Chiefs fan. But this lady you just saw the video.
Yeah.
She grabs it away. Is that a fair assessment?
Yes, absolutely. The kid has his hand on the headband. She also has a couple fingers around it because obviously it's a headband, and she kind of pulls it out of the kid's hand. To be honest with you, I'm almost surprised. And then Patrick Mahomes kind of runs off. I wish he had stopped and said, "Hey, no. That's for him, not for you."
Like in Philadelphia and with baseball, is they met up with the kid afterwards and gave him a whole bunch of stuff.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
But not in this case. I don't know what happened in this case.
Oh, well,
I'm saying what happened in Philly.
Yes.
During the baseball
season. The kid
season.
actually made out. He got more than just a home run ball.
Got pictures and everything. Anyway,
autographed bats.
The lady grabbed it away when the video got posted, and she was getting railed on social media. She made the very intelligent move of going online and responding and defending herself. Pretty defiant, which did not do her a lot of favors. Here is audio.
I am not a thief. That little boy, when Holmes came, if you look at the video, both of our hands was on it. I didn't look in Mahomes' eyes to see where is he looking. I just seen he's handing out something. I put my hand, both of our hands was on it. I took it. Why didn't they stop me and say, hey, yo, give it to my son or my brother? But no one didn't say nothing to me. But now you are posting it 1 week later, telling me that I'm a thief. I'm not a thief. I'm not.
I enjoy her use of the English language.
Yes, me too.
I think it's wonderful.
You can see in the video that both of them had their hands on it. It's BOAT of them.
Use guys got that all messed up. She also said, this boy needs to learn how to be a man. How do you respond to that?
It's really inappropriate. I mean, come on. He clearly wasn't running over there to give the headband to you. I did say before we heard the clip and before she said both of them, that she did have, I think, 2 fingers into the headband, and the kid had his hand on it also.
Yeah.
I do wish Pat Mahomes had kind of stopped and said, I mean, the kid was a Chiefs fan. He wasn't running over to give his headband to both of them. He was running over to give it to the Chiefs fan. Yeah, the child. The child, yeah. So, and here's the funny thing. I haven't seen every video that was posted on this, but the 2 videos I did watch of it, all you could see was her arm and that she had a blue sweatshirt or something on. You could not see her face. She's exposed herself.
Mm-hmm. Now she's exposed herself.
Yeah,
yes.
As the person, not one of them, but both of them who was there at the game and took the headband away.
PBS is returning Reading Rainbow. Remember Reading Rainbow? It's coming back.
It's in a book.
With a new host, Michael the Librarian. He's the resident librarian for PBS Kids.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow.
Is Michael the Librarian a woman, a female?
I don't think so.
Or has Michael just got a really high voice?
No, that's
I used to watch Reading Rainbow when LeVar Burton hosted it.
Yeah,
I never watched it.
And it was also, I think, a woman who sang the song. I think that's just the song for the show.
Here's Michael the Librarian teasing the return of Reading Rainbow. Here is audio.
And welcome to Reading Rainbow. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Michael the Librarian, and this place is the library.
My guess is he studied Pee Wee Herman before he became Michael the Librarian.
Could be. He is. He's got a lot of. He's got an afro, and it's a large. He's got it up in a headband from the videos I'm seeing online.
He's 35 years old.
35.
I love the fact that they're bringing this back.
I used to love that show, that and Romper Room.
Romper Room.
Romper Bomper, Stomper Boom.
I see Davy, and did she ever say your name?
No.
Not Davy, but David. And when she was, I see David, and then Davy would yell at the TV, "Don't call me David. Nobody calls me David." Last person to call me David didn't end up very well. Remember that, David?
I do.
Guess what's coming back? Guess what's coming back? McDonald's is bringing back Monopoly.
Yeah, I just saw this yesterday.
People go nuts over this.
They do.
And they think they're going to win.
So I thought about this because I went and got sandwich. I went and got a Big Mac for free. Yesterday.
From the Monopoly game?
No, on the app. Because of where we live, it's all tied to the Buffalo Bills, even though I'm a Giants fan.
Yeah.
So the promotion is if the Bills win and you have the app downloaded, the following day you can get a free Big Mac. So I went and got it yesterday, and I saw there was a promotion for Monopoly was coming back, I think,
That's
October
pretty cool.
6th.
Is that after every win?
Every win.
They're going to be giving away a lot of Big Macs.
Yes.
Although I worry about this Sunday's game.
Like, for instance, also,
Patriots.
And I don't mean to promote McDonald's. There's certainly many, many other healthier options out there, and people should not overconsume fast food.
Oh, you're really being politically correct here.
Well, I'm being honest. I don't want to, like I'm promoting it over, the local restaurants that offer a lot of great food.
2 all-beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
You would never do that.
I would never.
They have like the Bills bundle, which I don't know. It's a couple burgers and some nuggets and some fries. But for instance, it's done regionally. So, like, even though I'm a Giants fan, okay, you know more. Yep, go ahead.
20-piece nugget, cheeseburgers, and fries.
Right.
It's called the Bills bundle.
I would imagine in Albany, it's the Giants bundle, right?
Could be, yeah. Certainly in New York. So, but here it's the Bills bundle.
It's the Bills bundle.
They just came out with ice cream at Wegmans. They Shenantries has the grocery bags that you have to buy.
Yeah.
The plastic grocery bags. They have a Josh Allen grocery bag.
Oh.
I have 2 of them. My wife got me because I never remember.
Got him.
Sometimes I'll go into the store and leave the bags in the car and be like, darn it all. Well, I got to buy another one. So now I'll have 3. Oh, you have it.
It says right on there, Bills Mafia. Look at that.
It's kind of like a large Happy Meal.
A very large Happy Meal.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is promotion from McDonald's. Oh, I thought you left some nuggets in here for me.
You know that Hannaford has it's like a glass. Have you seen this? It's like a glass dome, almost looks like a paperweight. And it's blue and red. And inside there's a flower and the Buffalo Bills logo.
Oh, yeah?
And then it's like this crystallized stuff over top of it. It must be for a woman, because I don't know the average guy that would really want that. But it looks pretty cool. They have them at Hannaford.
I just, the marketing tied to the NFL seems to work because it seems like it got you. You went in and bought 2 Josh Allen bags.
Well, I had to buy a bag anyway, and I didn't buy it. My wife did. And she said, here, I got you a Josh Allen bag. Oh, that's nice. Now, don't forget it in your car, because there's always an end to every nice story, and it's usually a kick right between the legs. That's how I feel about it.
So
anyway,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, you go. No, you go.
I'm sorry. My point was I saw the promotion for Monopoly, and I kind of got that childhood excitement like, oh, I could win a house or a car. But then I said, I've seen the documentary on how they run the contest, and it's very difficult to win any of the big prizes.
To win, and people go nuts over collecting there'll be one piece that is almost impossible to get.
Yes.
And you'll see somebody in your workplace, they'll have them all lined up.
Yes.
And you'll walk up to the person at their desk and be like, wow, you seem to have gained a little weight over the last month. Yeah, but I'm way ahead in the game. I only need one more piece.
Yeah, I got to get that last railroad.
McDonald's is bringing back its Monopoly game next week for the first time in 10 years, but there's a reality check. You're probably going to win a small fry and nothing else. For the jackpot, you're better off playing the Powerball. Believe it or not, the odds are better than in the Powerball, according to this, than winning the big prize from McDonald's.
Well, there you go. My instinct was correct.
Or you could win You could win the big prize from Publishers Clearinghouse and win like $1,000 a week for life. And after 2 years, they go out of business, and you're left with nothing.
Yeah.
That's what's happened to Publishers Clearinghouse.
They
went bankrupt.
It's more likely that you'll win the Powerball than you will win the big prize on the Monopoly McDonald's game?
According to this, you're better off playing. I'm going to look further into this and see if there are the odds, what the odds are. But according to this, you're better off playing the Powerball. And those odds are brutal. Just brutal, as you know.
Wow.
So, all right, let me bring in, Joe. Good morning, Joe. NYPD Lieutenant Commander Joe.
Good morning, Bill.
I was watching on Fox the other day, and they called you Cardinale. Is it so? How are we supposed to pronounce your name properly? I don't want to be mispronouncing your name.
It's Cardinale.
Cardinale. So I'm going with Cardinal. Because in Utica we kind of just everything's like it's not manicotti, it's manicotti.
Yeah.
Right. It's not prosciutto, it's prosciutto. And in Utica,
there's a lot of Brooklyn up in Utica.
There is, and in Utica, Joe Cardinale is Joe Cardinale. My buddy Joe Cardinale. All right, Joe Cardinale, retired NYPD Lieutenant Commander. Good morning. This is really something that has posed a big problem, and it is basically counterfeit police. So and I saw a story where somebody would not, it was an undercover cop, they would not pull over, and it ended very badly because they thought the cop wasn't real. And they became afraid and ran from the police officer, and it did not end well. This is a problem, Joe, and you have some tips.
Yeah, so it's a big problem, and we have it here in New York. Believe it or not, it's you have a lot of actors in New York, and we have a lot on Long Island as well. So the rule of thumb is, if I'm going to give you a scenario, you have a nurse that gets off a shift at 1 o'clock in the morning, and she's going home, and she gets pulled over on a road, and she's by herself, and there's an unmarked car. You cannot make any, and plus it's dark out. You really can't tell if it's marked or unmarked. You just see the blue and red lights flashing in the back, and you pull over. So the safest thing for that person to do is just lower the window about an inch or so the officer can hear you. And at that point, ask the officer, officer, I'm a little uncomfortable. Can you please show me your ID as well? Because anybody can have a uniform. Anybody can have an unmarked car that looks like a police car, and anybody can have a shield. All right. So the thing is, if they show you that, that's another step. But if you want to go a step further, say, officer, I'm complying with you. Just give me a moment. I did call 911, and they're going to verify through your system you are stopping me right now.
That's a good idea.
So that's the other way. And you're still complying at that point, and any good law enforcement will say, you do that.
Yeah.
All right, I will stand by and wait for you. In the meantime, the officer's watching the hand move. Keep your hands where they could see you, the whole 9 yards, and just lit, hopefully the car is lit on the inside. Turn your interior light on for the officer.
Okay.
Make that officer feel a lot more comfortable.
We've all seen, and it is, you see these stories online or on TV or something where the officer is not patient, is not doing the right thing. May end up being just not the best police officer in the world. That is an extreme minority. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that, and I think any good officer would turn around and say, "Hey, listen, I agree with you. I have a daughter, I have a wife, that whatever it is, the scenario, or a female saying, my sister would do the same thing, whatever it is." But my daughter, I'm going to tell you, my daughter got pulled over, and she was traveling with my son-in-law to his parents' house in Ohio. It was her turn to drive, and they're on a road in Ohio. It was on a state highway, believe it or not. And he did two tours in Iraq with the Marines, 2 combat tours. And he said, "Why are you stopping?" She goes, "I'm getting pulled over." And he just looked over his shoulder, and he said, "All right." And he stopped, and it took a long time for the cop to, get out and everything. And then he said, "Something's not right here," And he said, "Just pull up. If they want to pull you over again, they'll pull you over." She pulls out slowly, signals, pulls out, and starts going. The guy follows no siren, just pulls up behind her and, flashes the lights again. He said, "There's something wrong here. Just keep going." When they reported it, they had incidents along that road of the same thing.
Wow.
So, you get the municipalities that sell these cars, and then they're able to put the lights in some of these cars. You can get the red and blue lights.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Anytime you see just amber and white, that's not a police car.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a lot of things to look for.
And there've been plenty of stories out there where people are pretending to be cops and out to do something bad. Quickly, before you have to go, Joe Cardinale, I would love your quick opinion on the New York City mayoral race.
It's a real crap show.
Oh,
it's a real
Lordy.
crap show.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to get in because, first of all, Cuomo really is not your best candidate. Curtis is a very good candidate. It's just that you don't have the Republican numbers to sway it. You need Democrats to see the light and say, this is our best alternative here. Because everything this man professes is nothing.
Yeah.
We know what he's all about. We saw his record up in the assembly up in Albany. All right, and we see the direction he wants to go. And it's definitely just all, word salads for everybody out there that buys it, and he's out there selling it, and they're buying it. They're buying it hook, line, and sinker.
Well, it didn't work well at Woodstock up here. I hope he doesn't change it to the New York City Peace Patrol. Nobody, they wear T-shirts. Nobody wears a gun. Nobody has. I mean, I worry about some of the policies this guy has. So, okay, Joe.
Dangerous.
Thank you, Joe. We'll do it again soon. Thanks so much.
You got it, my friend. Take care. Have a great day.
Joe Cardinale, former NYPD lieutenant commander. Can I go to the top? Yes. To the top, as they say. Yes, you can. I want to talk about lead. Get the lead out.
It won't happen for the next 2 days.
No, because I won't be here. Jeff will be right on time.
Oh, yeah, I'm always on time. You know me. Never late.
Make sure, this is very important, that you get your kid tested, your grandchild, your child, for lead. New York, and especially in Oneida County and in Utica in particular, it is one of the highest levels of homes that deal with lead risks. And it's called Lead Safe Utica. And you can go to the website, leadsafeutica.com, or call 315-724-4197. Up to $30,000 per unit. In Utica, if a house has been built sometime 1978 or before, chances are lead throughout. And it's the closing and opening of a door. And all of a sudden, the friction sends these particles into the airway, and kids are breathing that in during the developmental years, and that can be a real problem. Go to leadsafeutica.com or call 315-724-4197. Kilmeade is coming up next. We have news first, though, and it is next on WIBX.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome. W295EI. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Celebrating 100 years.
No more dudes in dresses. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what the Secretary of War just told generals and admirals.
We became the woke department, but not anymore.
Pete Hegseth addressing a meeting of military commanders flown in from around the world.
In many ways, this speech is about fixing decades of decay.
Hegseth told him at the Marine base in Quantico, Virginia.
The new War Department golden rule is this: do unto your unit as you would have done unto your own child's unit. Would you want him serving with fat or unfit or undertrained troops?
The secretary gave each military leader a new 10-part directive.
But if the words I'm speaking today are making your heart sink, then you should do the honorable thing and resign.
Soon, President Trump will address the meeting the day after he pushed a plan to stop the war in Gaza that Israel's prime minister sitting next to him agreed to.
The promise of a new Middle East is so clearly within our reach. This is the closest we've ever come to real peace, not fake peace. No.
Hamas is reviewing the plan.
Under the plan, the war in Gaza would immediately end, all hostages released within days, and Israel gradually withdraws as a civilian-led committee begins the process of establishing a post-war Gaza government. President Trump says no one will be forced to leave Gaza, and those who do leave will be free to return.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House, where a meeting with congressional leaders did not lead to a deal to fund the government, so a shutdown looms in 15 hours.
Republicans want a temporary spending measure that the House already passed. It keeps funding at current levels while lawmakers continue to work through the appropriations process. But they're accusing Democrats of making unreasonable demands.
Fox's Madeline Rivera, there's a new hurricane this morning, but Imelda is not a threat to the U.S. It is forecast to take a sharp turn right away from the East Coast. America's listening to Fox News.